Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, and I take an excited interview. Joining me is the one and the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir, and Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Woo!
Woo!
Yep, we're it's a new year, Ed. It's a new year. Well, we're still here. Same podcast, same us. We're still here.
But new shenanigans, new sayings, and new games that will be coming out for Switch and Switch 2. And
yep. I've definitely been playing a bunch of new games, Ed, like Disney Dreamlight Valley and Fire Emblem Heroes, which were the two games I was talking about on last year's New Year's episode. I was looking back at. So whoops on my part, but also I don't care.
Well, that's okay, Corey. It's a new year. It's a new time. We're all together. And this is our Game of the Year episode, everybody, for Nintendo Pow Block. It would be that one game. What would be that one game that would be our Game of the Year 2025 for Nintendo Pow Block? I have an idea, but we don't know until we get into the list. Corey doesn't know my list. I don't know his. So I'm super excited.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people know my answer, but that's fine. So,
well, we shall see. But Corey, last episode I talked about what I was kind of happy to see in 2025 and what I look forward to 2026. So I kind of want to ask you before we get further on into the show, what was your take about gaming in 2025, and what do you look for 2026? Not just for you, for Boss Rush, the community, other content creators. What are you looking for this year too?
Well, I mean, I guess in terms of 2025, right? Like there were a lot of games, and like I'm not gonna lie to you, I really felt burnt out last year, the first half of last year, because of the bosses and everything. Like that took a lot out of me, and I never really fully recovered. And like I would still argue I haven't fully recovered from that, to the point where like this year's bosses are going to be a little late because I just haven't. I've been putting it off because I'm going to be honest, I don't want to do the production aspect of it. I love recording and I love getting everybody together and doing the show and everything. I just wish I didn't have to edit it and put it all together. And like the only thing I mean, we haven't even done any of the recordings for the show yet, so like it's still going to be a little bit of a ways away. Probably towards the end of January, I'm guessing, is when it'll come out, which is kind of when it came out last year. But so like the first half of last year, I just like really didn't play a lot of games. I played a lot of Destiny, and I played a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I was into Fire Emblem Heroes and Fire Emblem Engage early on last year, which were just kind of like, those were my safe games last year. And like last year, like 2024 was such a big year for us in terms of Boss Rush and getting kind of making it to where you and I have been trying to get for the last decade or so, essentially. Right. And like, obviously with the help of a lot of people like David and Stephanie and Laurent and, the entire writing team, everybody who's contributed to that. And so like, it was a huge team effort. And then 2025, at least for me, felt a little like a down year for me. Not for Boss Rush. I know Boss Rush did a lot of great things, and it just felt like I didn't push myself hard enough to get past the burnout, essentially, which I know is kind of like what you don't want to do when you're kind of burned out. But I feel like I never really caught up and trying to find the right balance of life, work, this, family, and like everything else that has been going on the last like 6 months or so has just kind of been like, I almost need like a full on personal reset in some sense. But
Yeah.
I think this, at least the second half of the year, was full of a lot of great games. You know, we got the Switch 2, which was exciting. You know, a lot of great games for that. A lot of great surprises, like Expedition 33 was a great surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed Shadow was, even though I didn't think it was a surprise that it was good, you know, it was, you know, a surprise to some people who played it. I'm like, why? It's Assassin's Creed. But anyways, you know, we got Donkey Kong Bonanza, which was a crazy kind of twist on classic characters, right?
Yeah.
So it's just been a really nice second half of the year, right? Destiny kind of got its soft reboot essentially. So it's just kind of, gaming's kind of been all over the place the last 6 months or so, but I kind of feel like we're in this space where like PlayStation 5 is kind of hitting a stride. Switch 2 is gearing up for another kind of, looks like another pretty big year in terms of releases. Xbox is
Being Xbox.
well, I was gonna say celebrating its 25th anniversary with with its core titles, right, of Halo and Gears and Fable and Forza, and you know, probably 2 or 3 other tentpole games in there, right? So it's going to be a pretty monster year for games again. You know, a lot of stuff was shown off at the Game Awards. We're getting new IP like Pragmata, which looks great. Dawn, what's it called? Dawn of the something of the Witcher, the ex-Witcher devs that are making their open world RPG that looks like The Witcher with vampires.
Oh yeah,
Dawn Walkers or something. I forget what it's called. I always forget what it's called, but it looks cool. So there's all that, and like, you know, I'm sure we'll get DLC for Mario Kart at some point. I'm sure we'll get some sort of, you know, I mean, there's a lot coming out this year that I'm really excited for. So we'll see. I look forward to 2026 being a more positive year than 2025. You know, slowing down in some respects and gearing up in other respects, and you know, we've got a lot to kind of go over, and you know, a lot to get through, and a lot of kind of, I don't want to say resetting, but kind of making sure we're pushing ourselves in the right ways and not necessarily too far in too many different directions, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because Ed, I mean, the other big thing this year that I'm looking forward to is like Pow Block's going to hit episode 500 this year.
Yeah.
You know, pending any kind of disaster for one of us. Hopefully not, but you know,
hopefully
never
not.
know.
Yeah,
but, I mean, it's only 25 weeks away.
I've been planning, because I think I want to come to your spot and we do it live.
Yeah, I
500.
think, you know, you and I have kind of talked a little bit off air about what we want to do for episode 500's kind of celebration. I mean, 500 is a big number, right? I mean, that's a big, considering most podcasts don't last past 8 or 9 episodes, like 500 of these things. You know, with various iterations, obviously, but
there's not a lot of gaming podcasts that has hit that number, especially when it's a small community, or you know, like small creative group getting to that point. I mean, that's years of dedicated service, I should say.
Yeah.
You know,
and you know, obviously this show has gone through a bunch of iterations, a few different groups, but like, you know, you and I have always said that Pow Block is going to probably, in one respect or another, outlive Boss Rush, whatever iteration that takes, right? Just because, people will leave or life will get busy or lives change. And, this is kind of the one thing that we point to and be like, this is going to be the thing that we stick with forever, right? And no, nobody's talking about leaving Boss Rush or shutting it down or anything. I'm just,
Right.
that's just something we've always talked about offline, is like, no matter what happens to anything or anyone, like, this is going to be our show until one of us is, can't talk anymore, basically, and by then, like, there'll be enough of our voice online where we can just generate episodes and they'll just create voice generated episodes for us anyway. So we'll just live forever. But yeah, I mean, for episode 500, you and I have kind of been talking about doing it live together, like when you came and visited, and we, when we got the Super Nintendo Mini, and we kind of hung out and did quite a few things for that. So, I mean, by the time episode 500 rolls around, it'll be the first anniversary of the Switch 2, right? It'll be, is the 9th anniversary of this show in particular. There's a lot
would be good.
Yeah, like, there's a lot factoring into episode 500 that, we can build a lot of content in a short amount of time for that. So, we'll probably record a bunch of like Let's Plays, or, kind of go through games or figures or toys or, whatever else we kind of want to go through, and kind of hang out and live stream for the week. And, I'm kind of, whenever you come out here, I'm kind of planning on taking a couple days off of work for that, just so we can hang out. Obviously it'll be summer, so my kids will be running around anyway. So, there's a lot. We'll probably do some co-op games. We'll probably go through classic games that I've never played, right? Like the Mega Man games or Castlevania, or, older Zelda games or whatever, right? Like there's a lot of stuff that we could do. I mean, I'm just spitballing ideas on here now, but and by then, like,
the Power Ranger journey, watching the Power Ranger movie, the original one with Miles.
Yeah, I mean, me and him are, the one thing that I've been kind of looking at too is, like, I want to do more stuff with my kids in terms of, like, they love toy videos, like watching like kids open their parents' toys, or like them opening big boxes of toys that, like, random, how like some people order big random boxes of toys and they just open them up or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, like, my son and I, and my daughter to an extent, although I don't know how, I think she is into it because Miles and I are into it, so she wants to feel included, not necessarily because she actually likes it. But you can probably, if you're watching the video, you can probably see some of them on the floor over here. But I have Power Rangers kind of laid out over here, and they're on the floor because you might notice that this top shelf behind me is empty, Ed. Right?
I didn't realize that.
Well, the heat vent runs right above that shelf.
Yeah.
And so I noticed that not my figures weren't warping, but the plastic was getting really warm to the point where, like, it could warp them at some point. So, like, I got to figure out something else to put up there. But that's why they're on the floor over here, laying on the floor. But talking about the Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles and stuff, what I've been trying to do now is kind of go through the Lightning collection of Power Rangers and, like, find the ones that my son likes and find the Mighty Morphin ones that I grew up with, and kind of getting them together and buying them and kind of setting them up. And, I think my son and I might try to do some of these toy videos depending on how it goes, just because, like, I want to do more YouTube-y type stuff, but I don't know, we do so much game stuff and game talks through the podcast and stuff that I want to do something else just to, like,
Freshen it up, change it.
Yeah,
In
just
a
kind of
sense.
change it up a little bit. And it's not going to be
Yeah.
like Boss Rush affiliated or anything. It's just going to be something fun that my kids and I do. And um, so
And
yeah,
it, it in a sense, it's a good reminder of a toy line in its history. You know, of course, Ninja Turtles and Power
oh
Rangers
my
are good
gosh.
examples because it's just like you go from the toy line of the Turtles and Power Rangers when each of them first released, and you just see the evolution of them till today. That you know those series are still continuing. They might be in different, you know, they may be in like different styles and under different names, but they're still under the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Power Rangers and stuff. You know, you go to the theme songs and how that transitioned into what it is now. You know,
Mhm.
there's just so much history. I just brought up the
Well,
movie and stuff because it's. Oh, go
plus
ahead.
like Ninja Turtles are still like relevant and popular again, right? With the
Hmm.
release of that movie and that cartoon, and they just kind of announced the sequels is in development for 2027. And my son really loves that iteration. And I actually I watched the new movie. It was
Oh, the Mutant Mayhem.
yeah, it was okay. Like it was okay, I think. I think a lot of people overhyped it, but one of my favorite things in the movie actually is like the turtles designs themselves, and
Yeah.
like how they kind of feel like the old cartoons without actually like looking like them, but they all have their distinct kind of personalities and kind of things that have evolved over the years, right? Where like Donatello has glasses and like a tech backpack type thing. Like obviously he was always like the, you know, the science one of the turtles, right? The smart one. But like, you know,
Hmm.
he has all these gadgets now, and like they hook onto his shell, and he, you know, he has the headset, and Michelangelo has the wild skateboard, and Raph kind of has the do-rag thing going on instead of the traditional mask, right? Like the
Yeah.
little things that have evolved over time for the turtles, I really like that. And so like he's been getting those toys, and I have gotten out my old Ninja Turtles like from the 80s and the 90s, and like trying I don't know if I told you this on a show or offline or whatever, but I got them out and I went through every single Ninja Turtle that I have, which is a lot, by the way more than I thought I had.
I know there was a picture of Mauser
Hmm.
having all the Power Rangers. I guess he was having a battle or a war or
Hmm.
something.
Yeah,
Uh
so what we're planning on doing is like somewhere closer to his birthday, I think. We got to get more toys, of course. Uh, Side tangent, by the way. Amazon has these. I forget what they're called. Not. I keep wanting to say Tinker Toys, but that's not right. It starts with
mhm.
a T, but they're like action figures, but they're like these generic, like dummy action figures that kind of
Yeah.
remind me of like. Here, I'll send a link in the chat. But they would be perfect for like fodder bad guys of like equivalent to like the Foot Clan from Ninja Turtles or the Putties
Yeah.
from Power Rangers or whatever. But they're just
Oh,
like
the
these little
putties.
like generic looking figures, and they look really cool to the point where like I'm like, man, these would be cool to buy like 10 packs of these and just set them up as like the enemy army or
Uh-huh.
whatever. Um but anyways, I laid out all my Ninja Turtles, and I got out. I have this big box of just Ninja Turtle weapons, like all the weapons that have ever come with any of the Ninja Turtles. I just threw in this
Yeah.
box. I went through the TMNT collector and matched all of the weapons to the correct figure,
Oh wow.
and then individually baggied them up.
Hmm.
Um, and of course, I'm missing like a ton of like little things like the ninja stars that came with the turtles and whatever, but uh you know, but I that was a big task considering there's over 100 Ninja Turtles in that tote. You know, because like my parent, like I would get them for my birthday or Christmas or like yard sales, you know, like a big box of like 20 of them would from a yard sale, and they would just be in there, right? Or like, you know, all the Transformer turtles, like, oh well, there's 2 sets of these somewhere. And then I found my Biker Mice from Mars in the same, like in a separate thing. And I have everything, which is crazy because like I got them out to show my son a couple months ago, and he liked them, but he thought they were kind of weird, right? Because they're kind of weird. But I got them out, and I had everything. Like, every figure was complete with all the things, right? I get them out this time. There's a missile missing from one of the motorcycles, and I'm like, I just had this like 3 months ago. Where is it?
Oh no.
So
no.
I gotta find that. But also, if I need to buy a replacement, it's like $3 on eBay. So
and I don't know,
but
and I don't know Barker Mice from Mars, if that is on YouTube or anything. I would love to see, him see like a episode of the cartoon.
I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. I know that old Ninja Turtles are on YouTube now, and like, it's funny, all these old shows have their own YouTube channels now. Like, we were like a year ago, we were talking about VR Troopers when Miles started really getting into Power Rangers.
Yes.
And like, VR Troopers has its own YouTube channel, and all the episodes from VR Troopers is on there. Which I actually like. I had a bunch of VR Troopers, and I have no idea what happened to them. A bunch in quotes, meaning I had all 3 characters and like
characters.
A bad guy, but yeah, man, here, I'm sending you this link. These are like the craziest looking things, but there we go. I said it in the private chat.
I see it.
But with like Ninja Turtles kind of being relevant in Power Rangers, and like, the rumor of that new Disney Plus reboot coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been really into like, that was like actually one of the highlights of the past, while we've kind of quote unquote been off, even though you and I haven't been off, all the other shows have been off. Was like sitting down with my son and actually like playing with these toys that I haven't played with in like 30 years, and realizing like how much more important and fun that was than anything that we're doing here, essentially. And like, I don't know, I've been hitting this kind of weird wall of like, what do I focus on, what don't I focus on, and like, Josh and I have been talking about wrapping up Tower Casuals for a while, and it looks like that's getting closer and closer by the day, because Destiny just seems to like not want to revive itself. And moving this show to a weeknight, and moving Boss Rush podcast to Wednesday, so we can record this on Monday or Tuesday. We'll free up weekends, and it's just, there's a lot of different things. So I don't know. I've just been focusing on a lot of stuff like that.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah. So what I've been doing is kind of pricing out these Lightning Collection figures, and like, okay, well, those figures I just sent you, these weird colorful figures, like, okay, these are cool, but like, do I order like 2 or 3 sets of these, and then like a mix of like foot soldiers and putties from like the old toys that cost nothing, right? Just a box of them or whatever, and kind of line them up while my son like knocks them all over with his toys. And he's already written this whole storyline and everything, dude, of like, he for a 4.5 year, or for a 4.5 year, 4.5, almost 5-year-old, this kid has such a crazy imagination for toys, man. Like, it's insane.
Like, he got like a plot.
Yeah. There's like this whole plot line of like, Rita and Lord Zed teamed up with the Shredder and gave him the power of the Green Ranger, because like he has the Green Ranger Shredder from
Yeah.
the Ninja Turtle Power Ranger crossover from the Lightning Collection. And dude, this Shredder figure is so cool. Have you ever seen it?
No. Is it the one that you got him for Christmas?
We got it for his
Or
birthday last year.
oh
Well,
no, you haven't.
my mom did, I think, actually. Um, it's like one of the coolest. I'm not even kidding. It's like one of the coolest Ninja Turtle toys I've ever seen in my life. It's so cool looking.
Is it from one of the cartoons?
No, it's from the Lightning Collection, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and then I think it's from one of the crossover comics that they did a while ago.
Okay.
Did that link work? It worked. Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
sent another link. But like essentially, like he's like, they team up, and then Shredder and Lord Zed fight the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles, and they're like,
Oh, that's insane.
dude, it's so cool looking.
But what's funny is that the green works for the Shredder, dude.
I know, which is why it's cool looking, and it looks even better because, like, I know in this picture he looks really green, but it's more of like a military green, like a jade dark kind of forest green, and it just works.
I kind of in a sense I may prefer this over his regular design of the gray and purple, because I'm looking at him like, oh, he looks good in this green, and that gold looks really nice with the dark black eyes and red pupils and stuff. That looks really, really cool.
Yeah, and then he's like, my son wants to get like the Lord Draken figure from this collection, which I don't know how much you keep up with Power Rangers or not, but it's from the Power Rangers Shattered Grid comic series, where Tommy never becomes a good guy. He stays the bad guy and then kind of becomes the bad guy, where he merges the power of the White and the Green Ranger together, and he becomes the villain. So if you played the fighting game that came out 5 or 6 years ago,
I still haven't brought it yet.
They like Lord Draken is like the villain in that game, essentially. Like they kind of retell the story of that in there, and like the Red Ranger becomes a leader of the Red and Black Rangers become century leaders for Lord Draken, and the Pink Ranger becomes the Ranger Hunter, where she goes and hunts down all the other Rangers, and it's crazy, man. It's cool. It's really
that's interesting. So they they kind of lose their goodwill and are evil, or
well, he captures them and tortures them, and then half of them become bad. The other ones are scattered. I think some of them even die. It's like really dark, but
it's different color Rangers that got captured, I'm assuming.
Well, it's the Red Ranger, Yellow Ranger, Black Ranger, and Pink Ranger all get captured. So Billy, the Blue Ranger, is the only one that doesn't get captured. I don't remember what happens. I think he goes through the morphing grid and finds Rangers from other, like, because like, long story short, Power Rangers is like a big multiverse thing, right? Where like, in like the morphing grid, if you think about it like the MCU essentially, right? Where like it's like a multiverse, and like the different Power Rangers are in these different universes, and then the morphing grid is kind of what holds them together, right?
Yes.
They connect to the morphing grid, and that's where they get their powers from.
It's a whole thing.
And I think, I don't remember if Billy goes through, or if, I know Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, becomes bad, but then she becomes good again, and I know she has a lot to do with going through the grid trying to find some of the other Rangers. It's cool. It's kind of a cool thing. But anyways, my son doesn't know any of this, but he made that up himself, right? Like, in his mind, he made that up, which he did, even though the story already exists. You know how sometimes when you come up with a good idea and then you realize it already exists?
Yeah.
He's done that.
Did he write it down, or he just
no,
knows
he just does it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we're gonna. I think for not either, probably for his birthday or something. Like I'm gonna get him a Lord Draken figure because he wants one really bad.
Ooh.
So, and he looks cool. Lord Draken looks cool. I'm trying to find a good picture of that character, but essentially, like if you could just imagine like the White Ranger and the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin just kind of merged together.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one I just sent you is the, like, it's called, there's 3 evolutions of Lord Draken. There's Evo 1, 2, and 3. This is the one I just sent you is Evo 1. They never made a figure for Evo 2 just because it's kind of like whatever. But then, like,
so he has the white outfit with the green.
But this is the Evo 3.
And then it has Tommy's head grid on it.
Yeah. So, the Evo 3 is the, you know, kind of like he's collected all the power coins and is kind of like taken over.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he's cool looking. But he like has this whole thing where like the Green Ranger Shredder and Lord Draken team up with Lord Zed and like take over the universe essentially. And it's up to the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles to like stop them.
Lord Draken Evo 3. Oh, so he has this black outfit.
Yeah.
With the gold. It's so weird with the red diamond part. It's looking very Thundercats.
Yeah. So it's cool. Welcome to our Game of the Year episode, by the way, guys. 30 minutes in, whatever. But yeah, if anybody wants to learn about these characters, you can play what's it called? Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, the fighting game on Nintendo Switch and other platforms.
I mean, it got a lot of great ratings, reviews.
Yeah, it has a Street Fighter crossover. Also, Ryu and Chun-Li are in it.
Oh, that is right.
You can get they have alternate costumes too. So like they have their Ranger costumes, right? Like they look like Power Rangers, but then they have their quote unquote Angel Grove high school outfits, which is just like, 90s era clothing with their Street Fighter kind of like face looks like Chun-Li has the white buns and whatever.
The buns.
And then Ryu has his thing. But yeah, man, this is I don't know if you ever saw the trailer for that game, but it's actually the Green Ranger fighting Ryu is how they promoted the game.
Oh wow.
So like in like live action, like a live action version of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a 2D game, everybody. So just want to make sure
it's a tag 3 game too. So you pick 3 characters at the same time, and then you kind of tag them out like Marvel vs. Capcom essentially. But it's a 2.5D game. So like all the character models and the environments are 3D, but it's a 2D. I guess like Mortal Kombat essentially. But
yeah,
whatever, it's fine. The one thing though, my son is kind of mad at Ed is he has all 3 Zords that make Lord Draken's Zord in the comic books, which is like it's the White Tiger Zord, the Falcon Zord, the Ninja Falcon Zord, and the Dragon Zord.
Yes.
And in the comic book, they morph together to make Draken's Megazord. But they don't do that. The 90s toys don't do that because the character didn't exist when these toys came out. So like he's like upset because we got Santa brought him a white tiger Zord for Christmas, which is all he wanted for like 6 months. But then he like tried to put the Dragon Zord on top of it, and he's like, "Why doesn't this work?" And I had to tell him like, "Well, this didn't exist back then." So, yeah. Anyways, it's fun. Yep. So, I've been Power Rangering it up with my son.
That's cool. That's good.
Oh man, wait till you find out all the research I did on the Omega Rangers, which is even cooler.
Oh.
But we'll talk about that off air.
Yeah.
Nope, no, we're not. Remember when Zach, Trini, and Jason all left the show, and they were replaced by the other three?
On the first version of Power Rangers, right?
Yeah, Mighty Morphin, when Jason, Trini, and Zach all left, and they were replaced by Rocky, Adam, and Aisha.
Because I think this was the third or fourth season.
It was the second season.
Really, I thought it was
halfway. It was halfway through the second season. Yeah, because it was because
the movie happened when they were still in. So because
the movie happened in between the second and the third season, but they started filming during the second season of the show. But yeah, so like the Omega Rangers takes that into account, them leaving. But Zach, Trini, and Jason all become the Omega Rangers, which is like a space and time jumping Power Ranger force. Also, it's a whole thing. But they made figures of those Rangers too, and they look amazing. Anyways, I've fallen deep into the Power Rangers lore in the last, we'll say, 2 weeks. Because like, yeah, I like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but I like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is 3 seasons of the 30-year history of this show.
Yes.
Whereas my son he's jumped around, right? Like he still likes Mighty Morphin, I think, the best, and Dino Fury, which was like the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But like then there's like Turbo, which is the race car season, and then there's Dino Thunder, which is the season where Tommy comes back. I watched that a little bit. I was way too old to be watching it, but I watched it anyway. And then there's like Wild Force, which is awful, but he loves it, right?
Wild Force, was that the one that was like in the forest?
Mm-hmm.
Was that?
Yeah, and they like the Red Ranger is like some kid who lived in the jungle who was like lost in the jungle for like 20 years because his parents were explorers or whatever, and like it's like this whole weird thing.
There was one of them that, like, I think after they got done morphing, they was like in Japan. They was like on the streets of Japan fighting. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
Well, Ninja Steel, I think.
Maybe
Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel, which are but all the footage is the Japanese footage of them as Rangers in every single season. That's like the whole point of the show, right? It's like Saban,
that's how they were
bought the rights to the Super Sentai series that has been going on since the early 70s, by the way, which is why some of it looks really bad.
The footage, you'll watch the SD footage and it looks crystal clear, and then you see this old raggedy Godzilla 1970 footage. You be like, wait a minute, this is not right.
Yeah,
because you will always try to figure out, okay, y'all was just at a high school. How did y'all
in California? Now you're in the mountains of Japan fighting giant monsters.
Okay,
kaiju monsters. Yeah,
kaiju monsters. It's just like, wait a minute, hold on.
Power Rangers is so cool, man. So cool, so good. I don't know if you can see, Ed, but like my Megazord and my Titanus are over there with my Ninja Turtle van. So
nice.
My son did say, so there are 3 things he wants for his birthday, and I already got him 2 of them. But he wants the other Dino Fury Zords, which I bought him the 2 that he doesn't have. Well, I bought him 2 of the 5 he doesn't have, we'll say. But the 2 main ones he wanted for his 2 favorite Rangers from that series. I bought him those 2. And then he's like, I want a turtle van like yours, but not yours. Because yours is old. Oh, I'm like, what do you mean? All your other toys that I gave you are old. But I found one that I think he'll like anyway. So it also transforms into a giant turtle, by the way, which he'll be able to, use with his Power Rangers because they are morphing robots.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to fit the theme here, Ed.
I know. Wow.
The thing that's going to suck, though, is when I finally pull the trigger on the Green Ranger, it's like $120. Dude, these figures range anywhere from like $9 to $170. It's crazy.
I'm not surprised.
Well, some of them are like Comic-Con exclusive. Like, so the second Pink Ranger, which I didn't know this many people really cared about. The only way you can get her Mighty Morphin and Zeo Ranger Lightning Collection figure is if you buy the one that was sold at San Diego Comic-Con like 3 years ago.
And the thing about it is because this is what happened. So when Toys was open, they would announce those toys at Comic-Con or some of the toy fairs. And when they announced it, we will be like in a month or
exclusive ones, I think.
Yeah, we got the exclusive ones, and we got the ones that they announced, and then there are toys that you could only buy at Comic-Con. So, because it was one of the Megazords and one of the Transformers,
the legacy ones. Yeah. The Toys R Us got the black and gold legacy Zords, which were the black and gold and red ones, the red, black, and gold ones, because they did that with the original run too. Toys R Us only got Toys R Us exclusively got the black, gold, and red ones, which I got the Megazord. My son has it in his room. He plays with that one, but I kept the color one over here. But when they came out with the legacy set in, I want to say like 20, gosh, I guess it was their 20th anniversary. So it must have been like 2014 ish, 2015, 16, somewhere in there. They released the normal colored Zords were released everywhere, right? Like you could get the regular Megazord at Walmart or whatever, but the black, gold, and red ones stayed exclusive to Toys R Us. But they also released the black, gold, and red Dragon Zord and the black, red, and gold Titanus, which they never released in the original set, but Toys R Us got the exclusive ones when they released the legacy set. So,
and the thing about it is you had to go to actually different Toys R Us's because when we got the Megazord one, we got the black one, we never got the Dragon and the other one.
Yeah, well, they were like, what I was reading, I don't know how true this is, but what I was reading was like they were exclusive regionally, but they rotated. So like you never knew which ones your Toys R Us was going to get until they ran out, and then they would rotate. Like the shipments would rotate to different stores. So I don't know how true that is. That's just what I was reading.
So when we got it, we would actually open up the boxes just to see what we have because we didn't know that we were getting them. And so, because they had all the exclusive deals behind closed doors and stuff. So the stores didn't know what they were getting. And they did that so they wouldn't be able to tell collectors, hey, we're getting this. If you want to come get it, come get it. Because if we had the Megazord one, if you were trying to look for the Dragon or anywhere else, you had to go all the way up to Wisconsin or to Indiana to go get it. And stuff.
Yeah. Those are a pretty penny now, by the way. If you want them new in box on eBay, they're like $350 to $400. So,
and the thing, because they were only at like
they're $49.99. When they first came out, they were $49.99. Like the Legacy Collection Zords were $49.99, and I think Titanus was $69.99 because it's bigger.
We had a Megazord one that was like $150.
That was the Zord Ascension one, which they released with the Lightning Collection, which was like supposed to be like their like nice Megazord, but it's actually a piece of junk. The Legacy version is actually much nicer in terms of like detail and anyways.
Because it was that and the Transformer ones that we would get. We would never get any other. I mean, we had some other special like toys for us, but that's for another day.
Well, this is Target got the special size Zords, right? Which were like the 8-inch ones that didn't transform, but they called them like the special sized Zords, and they were like, "Come on, these aren't. Nobody wants these. This is why Target has these."
Yeah,
but yeah, man, I've really been trying to hunt down these Lightning Collection ones for like not expensive amounts of money, but the Green Ranger ones, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and buy, like, you know. So, but like, so I bought the Dino Fury Blue Ranger.
Yeah,
it was $11. Like, so these things range from like, you know, the prices are ridiculous. Also, if you want one of the girl Power Rangers, you can have your pick of the litter with those, essentially, because they're all like less than $15. Sorry, I know it's like stupid and ridiculous, but like, if you want a pink or a yellow Ranger, you can have your pick of those for like $10, except for the dual pack of the Zeo Mighty Morphin second Pink Ranger.
Dude, I swear, if we ever had a Sailor Moon line at Toys R Us, it would have been over. Because there was a point at the time that when just like Turtles and Power Rangers, Sailor Moon was super popular, even though it was an old anime, and we never got toys or anything from them. It was very popular. Everybody was always just like, "Where are the Sailor Moon toys?" I'm like,
Sailor Moon was always popular, though. I feel like Sailor Moon is like right up there with like Dragon Ball in a way in terms of popularity. I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's just an outside person looking in, that I was never really into anime like ever, but I like the only two I ever knew were Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball.
It was like when Sailor Moon actually came to Cartoon Network, that's when they really jumped off, because like Sailor Moon had been popular in the anime community because they used to show like on public access and stuff, or people will like buy the VHSs and everything. But once Cartoon Network start getting them and start showing them showing the series, that's when everybody loved it. That's when people start falling in love with it. And still to this day, that's why you see a lot of cosplay for Sailor Moon still to this day. And that's a whole other history.
Yeah. So. I actually, we went to Columbus this weekend, and there's a toy store that was like, it was kind of neat, but it was like, think of all the toy collection and all the toy lines that you liked when you were little.
Yeah.
And like, you think of all the popular toys and then all like the side characters, right? Of like,
yes.
Oh man, I love the Ninja Turtles. How about I get me a Genghis Frog and a, Mondo Gecko or whatever. This store was like, it had all the cool toy lines, but it only had like the side characters from all the toy lines. It didn't have any of like the main. There was a couple, right? But like, I was looking at, there was like remember those collectors Indiana Jones figures that came out when Dial of Destiny came out? They were like $30 a piece, the 8-inch tall ones. And like, they had like the entire history of whatever. Anyways, they had like, the the villain from Last Crusade, right? In this figure line, they had they had like Marcus Brody and some of these other characters, but they didn't have Indiana Jones. So yeah, and like they had one Power Ranger toy there from the Lightning collection. It was the Tango Warriors, which were like the birds from the movie. It was like $33. I'm like, I could buy like 4 of these on eBay for $33.
Right.
So it was like stuff like that, but it was cool. But my point is like they had a line of Sailor Moon toys there, and like my daughter thought they were really cool, and I thought maybe Sailor Moon is like a show that she could be into, because like she likes Power Rangers and she likes some of the Disney stuff that's come out, right? And she likes I feel like Sailor Moon would be a show she would be really into. So I'm like, I think I might look into showing her some of that at some point. But anyways,
she had to watch like the edited version because
she won't care. She won't know the difference, right? And then when she gets older and she really likes it, right, then she can go find the unedited version out for herself.
Yes.
But just to like introduce her to something like that, I feel like she would really like that, because like my son obviously likes Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, and they have their own cartoons and shows and stuff, but like some of the stuff she likes is like really hard to find things for her to be into and watch and play with the toys and everything, right? So you can only buy so many Disney princesses, man. You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm a Disney person, like you can only buy so many Disney toys. So like I'm trying to find other things for her to maybe be into. So
she'll probably end up doing like the movements and stuff.
Well, the thing is like she loves K-pop Demon Hunters still, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not the same, but it has that vibe of like cool chicks saving the world, right? Like could be something, right? It's vaguely similar.
Very true. That is true.
A team of superhero women fighting demons / aliens.
I'd just say fighting evil.
Yeah. So anyways, now that we're an hour in, yeah. So
well, I don't really have anything for Nintendo, Corey.
Well, luckily for you, I went out of town this weekend and ate a lot.
Yes.
So, I forgot. I almost texted you yesterday, and then I forgot because I was enjoying myself so much at breakfast. Dude, the hotel had biscuits and sausage gravy. Dude, if there's one thing for breakfast that I love and would like die on a hill for, it's biscuits and gravy, dude.
We've talked about this before.
Even bad biscuits and gravy is good biscuits and gravy.
But because the thing about it is, it's only bad if it's burnt, because the gravy will make it soft and mushy a little bit, and you just bite into it with that sausage and stuff.
Right. Even if the biscuits are like a little stale, like the gravy makes them softer, and it's like, oh, it's so good. It's so good, man.
Because it just gets in the bread. So just
and you like the goal. The thing is like you have to have way more gravy than is required for the biscuit, so you can like kind of cut the biscuit and like swirl it around, and then like cover the biscuit so much that you can't even see the biscuit anymore because there's so much gravy on it. And then when the biscuits are gone, but there's like the little crummies left from the biscuits in the gravy, and then you take the spoon and kind of stir it all up and be fat and eat the gravy from that.
Oh, dude, just like you can't. Anything can happen to a biscuit. We know that, but the gravy and the sausage cannot be messed with. That is the. I was going to say the glue, but that is the main like dish that has to be right.
Yep.
You know, because if you mess up the gravy and you mess up the sausage, don't even put it on the biscuit. Just throw it in the trash. Or put it over some, or you know, give it to somebody who's starving or something. Like, your stuff has to be on point.
Yep. It's so good, man. It's so good. So I had that, and then they had like those like southern potatoes that were like kind of spicy and like just crispy, and put that with biscuits and gravy, dude. That's, boy, I'm not sure I should have eaten all that at once. But I did.
But you only had one plate
at a time.
Ooh.
So good. And then we got we ended up going to this place for dinner one night. We ordered in, and it was I got a turkey club from there.
Ooh.
It was like, it looked kind of basic, but it was so good, dude. It was like exactly what I wanted at that time, where it's just like turkey and crispy bacon and provolone cheese and lettuce and mayo on this wheat bread. Oh, so good.
Oh, really? Wheat bread?
Yeah, and we got sweet potato fries. Oh, dude, sweet potato fries are so good. I'm not a sweet potato person, but dude, when sweet potato fries are crispy and it's so good, man. It's so good.
To be honest, because I don't really eat sweet potato fries or anything.
I never did either until like 2 or 3 years ago. I started eating them.
Like what you said, when they're crispy, when they're done right, they're delicious and everything.
Yeah, it's when they're like soft and mushy that they kind of suck, but
yeah,
if they're crispy and they're so good.
Cause my mind is thinking about it as like a regular fry, and so with a regular fry, it's got to have that crisp. It's got to be like a little breakish. You can see that sometimes the steam coming out and have that potato in it. With sweet potatoes, my thing, it goes mushy because of sweet potato pie. That's what I think of when I look at sweet potatoes. I don't think of them as fries, but when they're done nice and they crisp, so good. And you don't need no dip for them.
Yeah, it's really, it's so good, man. So good. Oh, anyways, I'm just thinking about it now. I'm very hungry. I'm very hungry now.
Same. Well, the only thing I had pretty much was just Domino's pizza from Sunday. Nice. I had a Supreme pizza, and then I still had some pizzas over, so I just ate that and everything, and a salad. Nothing much. Nice.
I think that's kind of it, though. That's kind of it for me.
Yeah.
I guess we had a bunch of food on New Year's too. On New Year's Eve, we had a bunch of food. That was pretty good. We had like pizza, and my sister-in-law made like some buffalo chicken dip, and
nice,
spinach and artichoke dip, and there's just a bunch of kind of really good food there too. So.
I know New Year's Day, I had my I think I said this on the last episode, but I had my yearly cheeseburger deluxe, my traditional ones that I get like every year for New Year's Day. I had that, but I didn't do soup this year. They didn't have good choices of soup this time, which is fine and everything, because normally I'll get their soup and they're like good bread, but like this year I just skipped it, but it was really good, like and stuff. So nothing new just yet, since it's still the new year. I'm definitely excited to try new foods this year, so what that would be Depends on the places I go to.
Yeah.
So, because you know, when I come up there, I like time to. I'm like, dude, you already know. I need my fatty fat burrito.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, as for playing with power and stuff, Corey, really just for me. Sorry, everybody, I'm not really doing like what I normally do. I just play Yakuza 4, like that. That's it. Nothing else just yet. I'm waiting for new Switch games to roll out so I can start getting those and playing those.
Yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, I'm playing old stuff. So, I mean, Disney Dreamlight Valley has kind of been it was my vacation game. It's funny. I've downloaded all these games for vacation, right? Because I'm like, I should play some indie games. I should catch up on some games that came out this year that I didn't really get to finish, like Donkey Kong or Metroid, and maybe play a little bit of Tomb Raider, that type of thing. Play some, continue my save in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Dude, I got in the car, or the night before we left, I was like, I should check to see if there's anything cool in the Disney Dreamlight Valley store. Just on a whim, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I was in the middle of like cleaning up my valley, and I forgot to finish it. So I stayed up that night and did some of that. And in the car on the way there, I'm like, okay, I guess I'm playing this weekend. So, and then I also like downloaded this, like, it's a similar type thing to Disney Dreamlight Valley, but it's like the kids version essentially of like build your town. It looks more like Animal Crossing than Disney Dreamlight Valley does, right? Like it literally looks like, oh, what if Animal Crossing characters had Mickey Mouse ears on or whatever, right? Like it literally looks like that. And like you go on quests and like do things for different characters. And it's a very simplified version. It looks like it definitely looks like it was either a DS game or a mobile game at some point, right? Like that's like what it looks like. Because Riley wants to play Disney Dreamlight Valley all the time, but like it's way too complicated for her, and she's going to get really frustrated and upset when there's a lot of reading, and like even though she's 7, she's not an amazing reader by any stretch, right?
It's taking her time.
Yeah, and it's not voiced at all, right? So like you really have to read it if you care about the story, which I really don't at this point. But the one that I downloaded is fully voiced, and like they can kind of talk her through things, and it's very simplified and a lot of tutorial heavy things. And so we're gonna probably play that together this weekend a little bit.
Nice.
Like I even busted out my Switch OLED and charged it up to like put a couple games on there for her to play, like the Bluey game and this Disney game and Mario Kart 8, and things that she likes to play.
That's cool.
Yeah, my son is like, I don't know, man. He's like, he loves to play video games with me, right? But like if I offer to let him play like Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers on his own, he's like, nah, I don't want to. And it like kind of surprises me a little bit. But maybe he's just not old enough to comprehend it yet. I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's kind of all I've been playing is Dreamlight Valley. I play. What was the other thing I told you I played? Oh, I was playing Hyrule Warriors.
Fire.
Yeah. I've been
Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah, I've been way back on my Fire Emblem Heroes kick. I just got an alert actually that said that my stamina had refilled, even though I have 1,100 bottles of stamina that I can use to refill it. So, but yeah, man, I got some really good characters, man.
Nice.
But, and then I play a little bit of Assassin's Creed Shadows, but that's kind of it. Like, Assassin's Creed Shadows is really fun. I'm like, I really do like it. This isn't like a complaint or anything. It's just like every time I turn it on, it's like the opening is kind of slow. It kind of reminds me of Assassin's Creed 3 a little bit, where it's like a lot of like slow introduction to things.
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like every time I turn it on, it's usually later at night, and like I don't have enough time to do what it wants me to do, so I haven't really gotten into it, right? So I don't. It's kind of strange, but it's not like Star Wars Outlaw, where Star Wars Outlaws kind of gets you right into the thick of things.
Action.
But yeah, that's kind of it, man. I haven't been playing too much.
Yeah, which I could understand, with it being just like the beginning of January, you know, you're getting kind of like back into the rhythm of things, like definitely when it comes to work, and stuff like that. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I also like went through a phase where like I just wasn't into playing games at the moment. I just wanted to like, do other things, but I don't know. But I've mostly been playing with my kids' toys.
Feeling like a kid again.
Because
That's
it's cool.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, Corey, should we get into our game of the year stuff, or do you want to do family news first?
No, I mean, so before, probably should have done this at the top of the show. You recorded an episode just kind of getting through some of the newsy type stuff.
Yeah.
Because we were going to record last night and my internet went out. And so I was like, Ed, can you do this just so we have something up on the feed for Monday? Because that's normally when our shows go out.
Yes.
But also, Pow Block is also going to change days this year to probably come out on Wednesdays, because Ed and I are going to start recording on Monday or Tuesday, which I know is the absolute best day to record a news-based show is on a Monday or Tuesday. Because I know everybody wants to hear last week's news. But
right.
Just based on schedules and everything, Ed and I are going to record the show on Monday or Tuesday. So the show will release on Wednesdays now. The Boss Rush podcast will record live on Wednesday nights and then come out on Monday now. So like it'll still be like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday release of everything.
Yeah.
It'll just be, we're swapping some things around. And I know some people only listen to Pow Block and some people only listen to Boss Rush podcast, but like the days are just going to be swapped because scheduling. Also, Ed and I don't really want to record at like midnight anymore. We want to record at like normal human being awake time.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, so I just kind of thought we would just do our game of the year stuff, and then the most anticipated games of the year of 2026, essentially.
Yes.
So we'll return to family news next week, I guess.
Oh, okay. Then we will do family news next week. There is one thing I just seen. So
Save
quick family news.
Save it,
everybody.
Save
it. It's already out.
Save it.
It'll be already out by the time we bring it up. Surprise! Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined gets a Switch and Switch 2 demo this week. Includes bonus rewards. That's pretty much it. So, well, Corey, where should we start for our game of the year discussion? Should we do anticipated or?
So like, I figured what we will do is do honorable mentions for game of the year. Our, 4 or 5 honorable mentions, and then our top 5 games of the year. And then we'll do our most anticipated games of the year. And then we'll do, surprise, 3 games we hope get announced this year.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess we'll do our honorable mentions first. I'll just go first real quick.
Okay.
Some of these would probably be higher on my list if I finished them or like, spent more time with them, but it is what it is. I was like looking through all the games that came out this year. I'm like, man, I hardly played anything that came out this year. But my honorable mentions list is Assassin's Creed Shadows is a great Assassin's Creed game. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. Again, like I said, the opening was a little slow. I've put probably about 15 hours into it so far. It's fun. It's great. It's weird because like there are 2 protagonists and like they don't really let you swap between them all that much yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like a very specific they each have their own very specific story paths, so they force you to play as one or the other. I do prefer playing as Naoe, I think is the girl's name. It just feels more like
As Assassin's Creed game. Yeah.
But overall, I'm enjoying it so far. I have to say, I like playing this game a lot more than I enjoyed playing Ghost of Tsushima when I played it, which is essentially like it feels like an Assassin's Creed game, but not. You know what Ghost of Tsushima feels like, and this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, but they're going to have to get over it. It feels like when a Souls player plays a Souls-like that is not from Software, is what Ghost of Tsushima feels like when I'm playing Assassin's Creed. It's like,
so
Ghost of Tsushima wants to be Assassin's Creed.
So someone who's played and experienced in Bloodborne, playing Lies of P or The Surge.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Essentially. Although people love Lies of P apparently is like the one exception to that rule. But so yeah, I really like the combat, except like they changed some of the ways that combat work from Odyssey. Like the last one I played was Odyssey. I was trying to finish Odyssey and all the DLC before I moved on to Valhalla, and then I never did. And even though I have 127 hours into Odyssey, I never even touched the DLC. But other than that, like I'm really enjoying it. I think it's cool. I think the story's cool. The environments are beautiful. Like the character models, I'm like, I can't believe this is running on the Switch right now. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling I had when I was playing Star Wars Outlaws, and it actually, not every case, but in some cases, it actually looks better than Star Wars Outlaws. Although I did go back into Star Wars Outlaws, I'm like, yeah, man, this game is amazing looking. Like I think some of the character models in Assassin's Creed look a little bit better, but overall, I think Star Wars definitely still looks better. But Star Wars Outlaws, it did come out on Switch in 2025. That's on my list. Again, it probably would have been higher if I actually played more of it. I have 20 hours in the game and I'm still on the second playing it. So like, I'm just kind of literally doing everything I can before I move on. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. Like especially revisiting Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, it brings me back to when I got my GameCube, and the first 2 games I got were Luigi's Mansion and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. And like I remember going to Best Buy to get a memory card to save the games in that nasty orange controller. And I came home and like there was like a surprise birthday party for me at home, and like the two things I absolutely hate is when people ruin my plans to play video games and surprises, and they both happened at the same time, and it's like all I literally want to do is sit here and play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, and you're making me interact with other human beings that like really aren't my friends, by the way. most of them.
Oh,
They're just people who I go to school with. So that happened. I mean, some of the people were my friends, but like essentially it was just like whatever. The girl I liked was there, so I guess it was okay. But yeah, man, it took me back to that, and it was like, oh man, I wish I could just like plug in my orange controller and just play this. TMNT Splintered Fate is a really great kind of, yes, it's a roguelite, but it feels more of like an evolution of the arcade games than like a straight up roguelite, even though I know a lot of people have compared this to Hades. And it did come out with a Nintendo Switch 2 version a couple weeks ago, which was really nice. Honestly, I paid the $3 or whatever it was to upgrade it to the Nintendo Switch 2 version. I don't know if there's any difference. I can't tell if there's a difference or not. But it's still fun. I did end up getting the Metalhead and Casey Jones DLC also. So that's cool.
nice.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion, which is it would I think it would probably be higher on my list if I played more of it. It's by the same team that did Shredder's Revenge, the TMNT game that came out a couple years ago, and it's really fun. I love the character designs. I love the kind of like the tag system they added into it, where like you pick two characters at the same time and you kind of swap them in and out, and you can do combos with them and everything. It's really cool. And then Donkey Kong Bonanza, as much as it stresses me out, I do have to say, like, it is a beautiful game. It plays well. It might have also been higher on my list if I played more of it, but I at least needed to give it a shout out for how good it looks and how fun it seems to, like, it really kind of brings the joy back into, pushing Donkey Kong to where I think Nintendo wants Donkey Kong to be, and not necessarily like, I feel like a lot of people think Donkey Kong's just like this secondary character to Mario, obviously, right? But like, I think a lot of people forget that Donkey Kong was like Nintendo's first major success, essentially, right? So, at least in the arcade scene, and Donkey Kong is really important to the history of Nintendo. To see Donkey Kong kind of be relevant in a major way instead of just like, oh, I can beat him in Mario Kart, or Retro doing another Donkey Kong Country Returns game, essentially, right? Like, I feel like this was a great experience for the character. But those are my honorable mentions for the year.
Okay. And I'll get some my honorable mentions. So my honorable mentions: Donkey Kong Bonanza. Same thing with Corey. Got to play more of it. Beautiful world. Love the gameplay. Cool character designs. Cool plot too. It's like, it's really fun. Mario Kart World is one of my honorable mentions. A game that came with my Switch 2. Enjoyed the open world. Haven't really did a lot of the races and stuff like that. But I enjoyed it for what it is. I'm going to get back into it sometime, probably over the summer. Octopath Traveler 0, had a great time with that game. Still playing it and everything. Still doing some grinds and stuff. I'm trying to get into more of the side quest stuff, and hopefully with that I could move forward with the game and enjoy it. Absolute, it's the beat 'em up game, the rogue one. Had a good time with that. Great music, great artwork, and just fantastic. And then last but not least, Bakaru. This is a game that's like in the style of Legend of the Mystical Ninja. Some of the people who made that game came together to make this game. It was I got the physical version of it because the game was first in Japan and one of the Nintendo Directs, and then it ended up getting localized here to come over. I do have other ones, but I could say that for another time. Um, but yeah, those are kind of like just my 5 actually honorable mentions. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll move on to my number 5. Not much to say, at least on this podcast, but Destiny 2 Edge of Fate, the campaign was very well done.
Oh,
What?
I thought you were doing just Nintendo games.
Mm-mm. No.
Oh, well, mine's all Nintendo stuff.
Well,
Everybody.
whatever. It's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
I think it was I mean, in a perfect world, they would have held off another year or so and made this the beginning of Destiny 3, honestly. Like, I think it would have been a much more ambitious expansion if they made this part of a kind of more of a major kind of thing, which I know they are making this more of a, the beginning part of a major saga, but like, I feel like this should have been where Destiny 3 jumped off. There was a lot of at least in the community, should Bungie do a Destiny 3? Should they not? Like, should we be chasing weapons? Do things carry over? But at the end of the day, I think Destiny 3 would have been the better idea, considering a lot of the veterans that at least the major veterans jumped ship anyway, and a lot of the people that would have complained about not carrying weapons over would have bought it anyway, right? So yeah, I really liked the story. Could it have been better? Sure, probably could have been, but at the same time, it was the absolute best thing that probably could have happened to Destiny at a point where wasn't looking so good. And then obviously the things that happened after the campaign, like people hated, and there's a lot of complaints and a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff. The Star Wars expansion, I didn't care for it, but I am in the extreme minority of that, apparently. But again, Destiny is in this weird spot that it just can't catch up to getting the player base back. I don't know, man. It's in a weird spot. And it's going to get even harder, especially with the success of Arc Raiders, and Bungie's going to be pushing more marathon and less Destiny moving forward, probably. And Destiny is in a strange spot, and I hope they figure it out. And I know that their studio is like less than half of what it was when the final shape came out, right? In terms of like people who got laid off and transitioned and moved to other parts of Sony, and leadership changes and C-suite changes and all these other things, right? But like, I really hope they figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But the story was great. The characters they introduced were great. Some amazing story stuff that I didn't think we would ever explore, just because why would you explore something like that in Destiny that takes place thousands of years in the future, essentially hundreds of years in the future, whatever. Like, it was cool. It was really, really cool. Somehow the Kennedy assassination was worked into the storyline. Like, it's just like, whatever, man. Let's get crazy. Let's get wild with it.
Right.
But it's cool. So that's my number 5, Ed.
All right. My number 5 is Hades 2. Man, so I played the demo at PAX West and just had a ball with this game. this you play as Malone. Malone. She's the princess of the underworld and sister to the protagonist of the first game, Zagreus. And she goes on this quest to find Kronos and destroy him, and like it is so much fun with the different weapons on this game, and it runs so smoothly on Switch 2. I got to like the second, kind of like the second level, second boss of that floor that I was on the run, and got to the last person, just needed a few more hits, but I died and had to start it all over again. It's just such a great roguelike game. Supergiant did a phenomenal job once again. So Hades 2 is my number 5 with this game. And I love going back and playing it from time to time and stuff. So
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. My number 4, Ed, is Mario Kart World. I think it's as much as I think Mario Kart 8 is a much better game in a lot of ways. I've gone back the last I guess I probably could have talked about this with playing with power, but gone back and going back through trying to 3-star the 150cc tracks cups, just kind of looking at not the track design itself, but just like the different things that happen throughout the world while you're racing through it. And the characters designs are fun and the costumes are fun. I think they're missing a little bit with like Christmas just happened. Where's like the crazy Christmas costumes for some of the characters, right? Or like, some of the stuff that Mario Kart Tour does really well, the mobile game. I thought they were definitely going to implement into this. Is like, oh, well, it's Christmas time. Where's the Christmas stuff? It's New Year's. Where's the fun New Year's content? Or like it's the Chinese New Year's coming up. Where are the Chinese New Year's kind of outfits for some of these characters? And it's like, well, I think they're missing a lot by not doing that in this game. I don't know why they aren't, like, even if it's just free costumes or free whatever, or even if you want to pay for like carts or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they're missing out by not offering something like that, either as free or new or paid DLC. But I do think that a lot of the things that happen within the courses are fun. I think the chaotic nature of like, oh, here's the out of control car that shoots out bananas, right? And like you have to dodge them, or when Kamek flies by and turns you into Spike or something, and all these spike balls are now littered across the track that you have to dodge, right? It's fun, it's cool. I do think the 24 racers thing is a little bit too much. Like, you could have probably gone to 15, 16 racers and been fine, but 24, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't hit that boost jump right at the beginning, like, and you get stuck in that cluster for the first lap or whatever. Man, it is chaotic. It is so chaotic. And I understand that's part of the fun, but like, it's a really well-designed game. I think the challenges in the open world are fun, even if the open world stuff is kind of bare. I feel like they could have added a little bit more of that, but like,
yeah,
the mechanics are solid. It's Mario Kart. It's fun. I love playing it with my kids and my wife. We sit down and play it, and it's just a good time. So that's my number 4.
Okay. All right. Well, my number 4 is Metro Prime 4 Beyond. I love this game. I know it's, some people saying it's not their favorite. Some people, have made their opinions about this game well known. But man, the story is great. The boss fights are super cool. I love exploring in these areas, and great music and stuff. Retro still got that heat of making like great games and stuff. And yes, I know getting like the green stuff in the desert takes a while and everything, but it really is a fun game. The driving is smooth on a motorcycle with it. It's a beautiful game. I love they have like this dunder kind of dome that the place is surrounded by electricity. They use the electricity to or the dunder to use as electricity and stuff, and it's just so cool. Crazy boss fights and stuff. But yeah, Metro Prime 4, I've been playing it for hours and hours. On my days off, I will get up, get something to eat, cut on my Switch 2. I'm in the world of Metro Prime 4 and just playing it for as much as I can and stuff. So that is my number 4, Metro Prime 4 Beyond.
Nice. My number 3, Ed, is Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. I don't really know how much I can say about Plants vs. Zombies any more than I already have, but in my opinion, Plants vs. Zombies is like, if you were to make a list of like quote unquote perfect games, I feel like Plants vs. Zombies would be up there. It would be on that list for sure. Probably not number 1 because I still think Tetris reigns supreme in that category. In terms of the king of perfect games. Angry Birds is up there too, but I think Plants vs. Zombies is definitely up there. It's just a fun, dumb tower defense game. It's just really fun. I don't know how much more I can say about it, but the people who were complaining about it, I don't know what you're complaining about. It's Plants vs. Zombies. It feels the same. It looks the same. It's cool. Love that game.
Right.
I love that game so much.
It is a good time. Not almost say time waster, but it's a good use of time when it comes to puzzle games.
Yep. So fun. So good.
All right. Well, Corey, my number 3 is Blade Chimera. This game was developed by Team Ladybug and WSS Playground and published by Playism, which you guys can read my review of this game. And I got to show one of the CEOs at PAX East my review, and we got to talk about this game. It is a 2D side-scrolling action game, like with Metroidvania gameplay. Man, I had such a ball. It's a cool concept because you could do melee or shooting. But you also get this sword that kind of protects you, and it's like kind of like a ghost in a sense. And it has the sci-fi setting with it, some secret bosses. You fight other stuff on the train, and it's a kind of like you're supposed to be defeating these demons and everything, but there is a reason why you're going to fight them and everything. But there's also something very sinister on behind the scenes going on. And so you play the game and you find out. You can protect yourself with your sword, throw a shield on it. And the more that shield gets like shots or damage to it, you get added, when you come back to it, you get added to get your health back up. So it has that risk reward kind of system to it. Anyone who played Record of Lawless War from Team Ladybug, that Metroidvania game, is the developers of that. So it's in that same style of gaming. It's just so cool. And it does have a finale, like it does does wrap up and stuff. But I kind of hope that they make a part 2 to this game, because it's so good. I would love to see their adventures continue, in this world. So Blade Chimera is my number 3. If you guys want to learn more about it, you can go read my review on bossrush.net.
Nice. So my number 2 is actually my Nintendo game of the year. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is one of the best Zelda stories I think I've ever played through. I thought the story, I mean, it just continues the great storytelling from Tears of the Kingdom, right? Like Breath of the Wild told a good story, but I think Tears of the Kingdom was like, if you want, let me back up. If you want to experience the exploration and craziness of what Zelda has become, Breath of the Wild is the game that you should be playing, right?
Yes.
But if you want a great story and the feeling of modernized Zelda dungeons and interesting, new mechanics, like Tears of the Kingdom is where you should go. And like the story in Tears was great. And this just builds upon that in every single way. I think the combat is fun. I think they did a great job of making a quote unquote button mashy game feel like there's some strategy to it in terms of the combos that you use, the characters that you take out with you, or kind of the teams that you build to take out with you, right? Like I think there's a lot of I mean, it's not that strategic, but it makes you feel like there's some strategy to it. I love the character interactions and their relationships and their designs and exploring the sages, learning more about them, how Ganon kind of rose, out of nothing, essentially, right? Like he was the leader of the Gerudo, right? But like,
yeah,
coming out of there and kind of becoming the demon king in the force that we kind of know in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, right? So I think it's awesome. Highly recommended. Even it's not a traditional Zelda game. It's literally a combat focused only game where it's a Muso game. It's Dynasty Warriors. You're killing hundreds of enemies at a time in like a 10-minute chunk. You're killing 1,000 enemies, right? Like it's not
right.
It's not strategic in that sort of way, but it is fun. It's really cool to learn about what's going on, and highly recommended. I've put 45 hours into the game so far. I'm still doing the extra challenges and trying to level everyone up to 100 and, kind of finishing off the map and everything. So, yeah, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's an amazing game. Highly recommended. If you have a Switch 2, that's the game I would recommend right now getting for it over anything else, in my opinion.
Okay. And my number 2 is Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. I played this game. This is from Pocket Trap. I played this game at PAX East 2024. And I got to talk to one of the developers, and I got to play it when we were at Media Hour. And this is from PM Studios, who published it. These developers, they're from Brazil, and I got the controller in my hand. The guy was like, "You want to play it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I start playing it. He started explaining them to me like they're going for the Game Boy Advance look and feel of like these Zelda games. And the moment I started playing and learning it and laughing at the graphics, I'm like, not only is this the game of the show, if it was supposed to come out last year, for PC on Steam, which I was going to get ready to purchase and stuff. It kind of would have been 2024. It was supposed to come out on Steam, and I was planning on like literally buying it on Steam because I told them, I'm like, not only is this my game of the show, literally at this point, it's up there to be my game of the year. When it came out. But it got delayed and they pushed it out to May, and I ended up ordering the physical version of the game that came from Canada, of all places, like the big collection. I got the plushie and everything. Man, it's such a funny story, a great Zelda style adventure. And it takes place in the city. You are Pipistrello, who's visiting your aunt, who runs like the power company for the city, and yeah, she charges a lot of fees and stuff. But she's doing it with purpose. These bad guys want to revolt against her. So they find these particular batteries. They throw these batteries in this gun and shoot it at the auntie to steal her soul and everything. But Pipistrello, they hit her and they about to bring her back. But Pipistrello throws out his yo-yo to block it, and the soul ends up in the yo-yo. And you both go on an adventure. You do these yo-yo tricks and stuff. There's a lot of strategies on how to defeat enemies and some of the bosses, and it's such a great game, just literally wonderful for it. And you've probably been seeing a lot of it on Twitter. It's been highly ranked in the indie game scene. It's been highly ranked on Metacritic and stuff like that. And I really am glad that this is their debut game from Pocket Trap. So, shout out to that whole team. I was hoping to see them at last year's PAX, but they weren't able to make it. PM Studios didn't come that year, but hopefully they make it this year. Hopefully we get into PAX and I see them and just like full on congratulate them, because I literally told the developer, and it's a big team. I literally told him, I'm like, this is going to get some Game of the Year nominations and some wins. People are going to buy this game. Like, as a demo, this is so polished that I want to take it home. And he was just like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, you tell the team, when you go back and everything, that they got a hit on their hand. And so I think the delays that they did with it, I think it's because they were getting it ready for Switch. They was getting ready for console, because they literally just said, we may release this in August of Steam. We don't know yet, but that's our goal and stuff. And so playing it on Switch too, because I had it there. When the game came out, I kind of played it on my Switch too. I was playing it on my Switch and I transferred it to my Switch too, I should say. With that, but yeah, number 2, Pipistrello and the Curse Yo-Yo. It is a wonderful game to play. Trust me, everybody. If you love top-down Zelda games, if you love 16-bit Game Boy Advance games, this is the one to have.
Nice.
So
nice. Yeah, it looks cool. I think I ended up getting it at some point because you were talking about it. I haven't played it yet, but I ended up buying it because, support developers of games you think deserve to be supported. And, this has been recommended by a lot of people. So, yeah. All right. So, Ed, my game of the year, I don't think it's any surprise to anybody who's been listening to me the last year and a half. If it is, well, I don't know. Maybe you just ignore me, which is fine. My wife does. So, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is my game of the year by far. It is the game I think about more. I think about it at least once a day, I think. It's like Breath of the Wild that way, in terms of like, I think about this game constantly. I think about playing it constantly. I want a Switch 2 version of this game. I don't know if we'll ever get one. I'm sure we will at some point, but like, I have like 3 copies of this game right now. Right? Like I have the Xbox physical version. I have the PlayStation mirror version back there. I have the digital version on Xbox. I ordered that Monolith edition that hasn't shipped yet. When I pre-ordered it back in June, when they reissued them, right? So, yeah, it's an amazing experience. Like, Ed, I know you're not as far as I would like you to be, but like, there are certain things that happen in the story that, like,
I just got my 5th character. I think Masu, that monkey looking one that transforms.
Monoko.
I just got him. Minoko. I just got him.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. Sorry.
Minoko's so cool, man. He's so funny. I mean, he's the blue mage essentially, right? But like,
yeah. But I just love SK. He's just so good.
By the way, there's an SKA plush available now, like an official one, and I'm like, I need to get it. I need to get it. And I will eventually, just not right now. But like, you know, I think the experience, like, man, I don't want to spoil it. There's a spoiler cast. If you want to listen to the spoiler cast, you definitely can. But I think there are things that happen in that game where everybody has felt that at one point or another, and like, it just, it's so good. Like, it's so good that just thinking about it makes me like excited and a little emotional, and just it just, you know, they released that free DLC the other day right after the Game Awards. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I have seen some things on it. You know, just because I started a new game plus in that game, and I am kind of at the end of Act 1 in my new game plus, and I've just kind of been going back to it off and on, right? And like, I've seen some of the fun things that DLC is releasing. Like, man, I really want to get there and play it and find the costumes and find the, you know, different bosses and kind of make my way through the game again, essentially. And it's just, you know, and I know it does a lot of things that other RPGs do, right? And it's not like, you know, it's not like it's not like, I don't know how to explain it, but I think the things that it does well, it does very well. And I think the characters are very relatable and very likable. I think Lune is one of the best characters in video games ever, and I don't think enough people talk about her, right? Like, I don't think enough people talk about her because the story focuses on Mael, right? And like Jennifer English and Ben Starr are just great voice actors. But, you know, you and I talk about Lune all the time, and like how she's just kind of like the best. And CL is very likable, right? She's just very overly positive and fun. And Verso is very, you know, kind of sad, and Minoko is funny. Like, God, Minoko is so funny. You get further into that game, and like the conversations between Minoko and Verso are so fun. Like, there are literally conversations in the game that they didn't write, but Ben Starr and the actor who plays Minoko, I forget what his name is, but they would like keep going like back and forth, like in the voice booth, right? And just kind of riff off the jokes that they were telling each other, to the point where they're like, we should just put this in the game. And they did. And it's so fun. It's so fun. Like, right when you get him and he joins your party, he's like, I'm never going with you ever again on one of these adventures. And he's like, but they'll be fighting. And Minoko's like, oh, I do love fighting. You know,
okay,
and like,
I'll go.
Yeah.
Dude, I seen that cutscene and fell out laughing. I'm like, this is full on Looney Tunes / Scooby Doo.
It's so funny. Like, it's funny, right? And like,
yes,
there are so many points in this game where it's so heavy and so sad and emotional, but then there's like points of that, like, you're far enough to know, but like when you find Lune, when you get into the game, right, when you're like after the whole beach scene and you're Gustav and you're kind of walking through and you find Lune and you're looking for Mael again, right? And you're and like they're having that huge fight and Gustav's like, F the mission. And then like a half hour later at the bonfire, Lune's like, F the mission, really? Like, you actually said that, you know? Like, that's funny, you know? And like, there's just a lot of great things like that in the game. that
because Luna, because she's trying to keep Gustav focused,
yeah.
and it's just like we are on a mission, you
Mm-hmm.
know. To this is what we knew the risk. This is
Mm-hmm.
why we are sacrificing our lives for. If something
Mm-hmm.
happens to us, we must leave stuff here so that the next expedition
Mm-hmm.
could find our stuff and continue it on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the
No.
big saying is when one falls, we continue, right? Like that's
Yes.
their kind of mantra. And so it's so good. It's so good.
But I kind of was
Don't spoil if it's
not.
gonna even be close to spoiling something, don't.
No, it's the point that uh when the main character dies,
You just spoiled it, Ed.
they don't know when though.
Yeah, they do. Everybody knows when. I'm gonna have to cut that
Okay,
part out.
it's
I'm gonna have to cut this whole part out.
but we already talked about it on Pow Block.
Not this, not story
Not that
spoilers.
that part. Yeah, we did.
I don't know. We didn't. I
I
have
thought we did
100% made sure I haven't talked about any of that stuff
because I just mentioned
outside of the spoiler cast.
because I just mentioned that I got past the part
You texted me that,
where
though. We were texting each other.
It.
No, we were texting each other.
Oh, well, everybody, it's on the box art, so
It's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I thought. Is it Gustav on it on the back? I thought it was Verso.
No, Gustav is on the box.
Oh, they look like they have the same haircut. Like
they do,
when you look at the back.
They do.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like that because of the costumes and the haircuts and stuff that you find throughout the game.
Well, Gustav dies, everybody.
Oh my gosh. I have to cut like 5 minutes out of this episode now. Stop talking.
What? It's already been out there. It ain't nothing new.
But people haven't played it yet. Especially Nintendo players.
It has become game of the year. That game has been spoiled up and down.
I'm still cutting it out. Let's move on. Moving on. Anyways, Expedition 33 is a wonderful experience. If you haven't played it yet, find a way to play it because it is just such it's so good, man. Like it's so good. And you're almost at the end of Act 2.
Yeah.
And you're going to find out a lot of things about this game at the end of Act 2 that you maybe aren't even expecting unless you've looked up spoilers or heard spoilers before.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love it. Anyways, I still feel like Corey, need to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I feel like
I'm going to.
I think you need to finish that game while I work on Expedition 33 because I really feel, and I'm sorry everybody, I really feel that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is somewhat better than Clear Obscure. And I can't have that discussion until
you finish it.
Until I finish Clear Obscure, and till you, Corey, or someone who has played both has finished the games, and we could discuss it. I'm like, because yeah. Yeah. Not saying oh, go ahead.
It's because you haven't you're not quite, I mean you are, but you're not quite to where this is what makes this game special.
Mm-hmm.
There is, and I'm sure there's a point in Xenoblade where you thought that too, where like it's good, and then you get to a point where like, oh yeah, this is great, and then there's a point where you're like, this is why, right? I feel like there's a lot of RPGs that have that. This is why people love this game.
There's so much in Xeno 3 within this cutscenes and within the story that will make you say, what? And it takes you for a ride, and it surpasses your expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, of course, some of the stuff that's in Xeno has been done in other RPGs, but it's like it's a bit. I think it's just a better build up with some of the narrative points at this, than Clear Obscure for me personally and everything. But I still need to finish Clear Obscure because I haven't. There's still some stuff, still some hidden stuff that's in the game that once it get revealed, I'll be like, I got it. I see. Now I know where you go for this. Now I know why this is emotional. Now I know why you set this up and everything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't wait to get there. I truly, I can't wait to get there.
Oh, it's so good, man. I think there's also like a lot of like, I don't know. We did our whole spoiler cast on it. I'm not going to continue ranting here, but it's an amazing game. Everybody should try to play it if you can. I guarantee you there will be a Switch version announced by the time the 1-year anniversary of this game is out, which is what, April, I think.
Yeah.
So there will probably be at least one direct, maybe two by then, right? Like either like a main direct or like a partner showcase style thing that will be announced. It'll be announced, and
I kind of feel like if they do one in February or do they do one in March, I think once they announce it, I think a month from that announcement it'll be out.
well, I feel like they kind of have to do something soon because like what they need to announce like a release date for that Yoshi game, which I guarantee you, what Mario Tennis is February.
Yeah,
I feel like they're treating Final Fantasy VII as their
January
game, even though Animal Crossing comes out in January. The Switch 2 edition, at least. I feel like Yoshi's probably like March, April, May, somewhere in there. I feel like they need to have some release dates and some more, games that have release dates. Because like Fire Emblem needs a release date, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But like,
Yeah,
I feel like
a lot of stuff that
needs to like hurry up and come out.
because I think Mario Wonder.
Right, Mario Wonder will probably be March. Yoshi will probably be April. Fire Emblem May?
Ooh.
You think Fire Emblem is first half of the year?
No, I think Fire Emblem is probably August.
I don't want to wait that long.
Yeah, but see, it worked out for Nintendo when
but what works for me, Ed? You know what works for me? Fire Emblem right now.
True, that is true. Because the last one was in January.
Yeah, Engage was January.
The Kobe Tecmo Fire Emblem. No, not
Three
Fates.
Houses or Three Hopes?
Three Houses. Three Houses was in August. No, Three Houses was in July because they sold out and they was trying to restock it in August because Astro Chain came out in August.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Because it was Fire Emblem, Three Houses, Astro Chain, and then Link's
Marvel. Well, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, dude. That year was so stacked. I don't even want to like get into it at the moment, but like, yeah. So, I mean, we'll get into it in a little bit, but yeah, Expedition 33 is my game of the year. I think well-deserved game of the year. What's your number one, Ed?
So my number one, not only for Pow Block, but also for my personal game of the year is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. Like I'm not going to even front. The story and the cutscenes, the characters you love. Raru was just like, I don't care if he was OP. He was such a great character to play. and just his dialogue and the voice acting, just like, man, and it was so much fun, you know, revisiting parts of it, and the fighting was so good, running at a smooth 60, um, you know, 30 frames per second for the cutscenes. Like I never lost any battles and everything. I literally just poured so much time. It was like a game that I played at work on the train, that, you know, I played at home. It was just like, you know, even me and you, Corey, discussed it and argued at some points, because of Tears of the Kingdom, everybody, not because of the game itself. Um, I came away from that game with just like, why wasn't this a 9 or 9.5? Why does this game not give any love? Because it's just a Warriors game. It felt more than that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the gameplay was tight. The special moves, meeting all of these other characters, and then just more stuff opening up, and it never got dull. You know, you would spend 7 to maybe 15 minutes, depending on what kind of, if you was doing a side quest or you was doing a story mission. It never felt dull. And switching to the characters was always smooth. Even the time levels, they gave you enough time to fight and beat it. And I was just like, this is such an amazing game. So yeah, I think me and you both could probably agree that this Pow Block's game of the year 2025, Hyrule Warriors Edge of Imprisonment.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely Nintendo's best game of the year by far.
Yeah.
No question. Yeah, I mean, I don't see, I mean, Donkey Kong, I think for most people may beat it out, right? And Mario
Yeah.
Kart, obviously, but I mean, any combination of those three games is like, you know, plus, I mean, you look at the games that Nintendo had this year for Switch 2, right? It's look at this. I mean, Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, Metroid Prime 4, and Hyrule Warriors is like an amazing lineup. And Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
ZA, like, I mean, I know people have mixed opinions on that specifically, but like,
But it's true, that game was still selling.
man, it's Nintendo had a. I feel like Nintendo quietly had a great year. Great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, plus if you look at, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles X and Donkey Kong Country Returns came out this year too, right? I mean, they
Yeah.
still had some great games come out. Plus, you know, the Dragon Drive, say what you will about that, or the Switch 2 Welcome Tour, right? Like, okay, whatever. And Switch 2 versions of a bunch of games, Kirby Air Riders. I think Nintendo had a monster year. I mean, they had Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
And the mug sold millions of copies. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. And they added, I mean, the added features like the Zelda Note stuff. I know people like to make fun of it because it's on your mobile app or whatever, but like the features they added to the game are not insignificant features, you know, like Kirby got an expansion, Mario Party got a huge expansion. It got 3 more boards and a bunch of mini games, and you know, mouse specific mini games, the camera support. What were some of the other games that got Switch 2 versions? Kirby got, well, I think I said Kirby got an expansion, right? So
yeah, Forgotten Worlds.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just Nintendo, I feel like, had a monster year for not.
And the Kirby Air Riders, like, yeah, sorry about the team disbanding. But like that did well. People have fun with that game.
Yeah, it's a great year for Nintendo again. So congratulations to Nintendo. I thoroughly enjoyed my year with Switch 2. I mean, since the system came out, I don't think I haven't played very much of anything else. I played through the Destiny campaigns, right, which was what, a handful of hours at the most, maybe 10 hours at the most. I played Clair Obscure Expedition 33 New Game Plus for 10 or 15 hours, but like everything else has been on Switch 2 since this thing's come out. It's everything I wanted it to be. The only thing that's missing are like, you know, the game, like more Switch 2 versions of games, which is like, I get you can't port everything on day one, right? But like,
yeah,
I waited for Final Fantasy VII specifically to play on Switch 2, right? I definitely will buy Clair Obscur again. I will buy The Witcher 3 again, because I don't know if you saw that, but like, it's there. Apparently, there's a full-on third expansion coming out soon that will lead into The Witcher 4, and there's a Switch 2. There's like a Switch 2 version attached to that rumor. So
yes, because I know we talked about it. I know I seen the rumor of it on Nintendo Life, but I didn't know if anything was confirmed. I knew they was doing a new expansion for it.
Yeah, I don't know if they are or not. It's just a rumor right now, but yeah,
because I kind of feel like if they don't, I mean, I would pay the $10 for an upgrade pack if need so.
Yeah.
But if I gotta rebuy the whole, I mean, if they do like a definitive edition where it's all the Switch has all the DLC, right?
Yeah. The Switch version does have all the DLC.
I would have to see what they do, what bells and whistles that they do that makes it worth buying it again. Because if they say,
I mean, I'm sure there will be a Switch 2 update. Like, if you buy the expansion, you get the Switch 2 version for free, or there's an upgrade path to the Switch 2 version. I will be shocked if there is not.
Because I'm just like, if I would say this, if it's a reasonable price of like $40 for the Switch 2 version, and you get everything, even including the new DLC, I would spend it.
Yeah.
Don't you know how a steal of a deal that would be?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think.
Yeah. But I know you mentioned some Xbox stuff. Do like Avowed? I played. It was a great game. I started up Doom: The Dark Ages. I should have played that last year. That game is super fun and everything. And South by Midnight was great also. I mean, and Ninja Gaiden 4 was really good. On Series X. I haven't finished those games besides Avowed, but like those were some fantastic games on Xbox.
Yeah, there were things on Xbox I wanted to play, I just didn't get to. Right? I mean, South of Midnight's coming to Switch 2, so I'll probably play it when it comes there. I know the I mean, I know it's on Game Pass, but like, still, I'll play it on Switch 2 when it comes there. I'm trying to be as one platform as possible. So, which I know is like stupid, but I don't have time for a lot of things, and I would just rather spend the money on a platform that I know I'm going to spend time on. And right now that's Switch 2. So. Oh, good times, huh?
Yes.
Good times. Well, Ed, shall we move into our most anticipated games?
Yes, let's do it.
So, I don't know if I want to say like every single game I'm excited for. Maybe let's just do 5 back and forth 5 games that we're excited for.
Yeah, I have 5.
Yeah, I mean, I have like 12, but I don't want to go through every single one of them because we'll be here for another 3 hours. But
hey, you told me only 4 or 5.
I know.
You know.
I know. I just kept making lists. Shut up. So these aren't in any particular order, but my first most anticipated game is Tomb Raider: The Legacy of Atlantis. I cannot wait for that game. I'm so excited for that game. If I were to number it, it would be like a 1A, 1B situation with another game I'll talk about later. But like when they announced that, and then Catalyst also coming, I'm like, I mean, we've been begging for Tomb Raider for so long, you know, and like we got the definitive edition on Switch 2. It definitely sounds like Rise and Shadow are coming at some point.
They said, they said the sales were too good on Switch 2. I was like, yeah, you got it for $20.
I mean, I bet the Legend trilogy ends up coming over at some point too, like the other ones. So, you know, I've really, I mean, growing up, I wasn't the biggest Tomb Raider fan. It wasn't until Tomb Raider Legend where I was like, oh man, Tomb Raider's awesome, you know?
Yeah.
And then Underworld was great. And, you know, Catalyst is a follow-up to Underworld, which makes sense. I'm just really excited for Legacy of Atlantis. Also, like a genuine kind of reimagining of the first game, I think makes a lot of sense at this point. If you're gonna try to get new people in, but also go play the newest trilogy. It's so good.
Yeah. Definitive, Rise, and Shadow, all good. Love Shadow when she just comes out that water. That whole set piece. That's like good.
It's one of the most it's one of the most iconic scenes nobody ever talks about, and it upsets me. It's so good, man.
It is.
Like just seeing that scene play out makes me want to go play that game again, even though that scene is like 15 hours into the game.
Because it's just so like me and you both can agree. We both love Rise, and Rise is just like, to me, Rise is a perfect 10, and Shadow is up there, dude. And if you own a Series X, update that game to that version, because it's that's a perfect 10 also.
Yeah, I think PS5 got that version too.
Yeah, but man, that scene was just like, idols of them, or not idols, Crystal Dynamic. Oh, y'all clown with this one, and it's just so much fun.
It's so good, man. It's just, it's so good. I guess it's your turn, right?
Yes. So I'm just gonna start with my number 5, which is Pragmata. Capcom just announced this at the Game Awards, and when they mentioned the Switch 2 version, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely about to get this game. It's been through many delays and stuff. I have watched the collection trailer of all the delay stuff, and then they showed it off there. Hopefully we get a demo. And people who's been listening to Pow Block knows that when me and Corey talked like weeks ago, Capcom is kind of probably going to do what Square Enix and Ubisoft. I think they're going to be a big contributor to Switch 2, because
I would argue they both already have been, right? I mean, Ubisoft has what, 2 major essentially open world games, right? So,
and they said the sale numbers been good with that. So I think with Capcom, I think they're going to jumping on the bandwagon, because I think they just seen.
Well, Capcom has Street Fighter already, right? They announced Mega Man for it, you know, and Monster Hunter Stories 3, right? So that, I mean, they have 3 games already. And then, you know, Pragmata is obviously like the big AAA game that was questionable, but and Resident Evil also, right? I mean, we're getting 3 Resident Evil games. I feel like Capcom is just on.
The Kanai guy that
Kinetsugami. Yeah, I forgot Kinetsugami was also on there.
But I think because once Working got mentioned for a Switch and they start showing the amiibos, when they got all that press attention from the public, that it was more interest. That's when I think Capcom just like, we didn't expect the marketing to work this well. So I think they're now just like, if we're going to bring a game out and Switch 2 can handle it, let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because
I don't know if you saw that there's like a recent update to Monster Hunter Wild, which I know the game needs a lot of optimization for every platform, but there's Switch 2 code in that update apparently. So, which is what, we thought, like, the fact that there wasn't a quote unquote real Monster Hunter game at launch for Switch 2 was kind of surprising. Even if it was just like a Rise update for Switch 2 or something.
That's what we was thinking of. We was thinking, because even me and LeBron talked about this back in the past, that like Nintendo would be the experiment Monster Hunter games, and then Xbox and PlayStation would get those experiment games, but also get the new ones, and stuff. But maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Monster Hunter Rise has to run on a Series S, and Switch 2 has already proven that it runs games better than the Series S. So it's not that far fetched, in my opinion. Well, will it run great? I don't know, but it could run. I also think you have to consider that 90% of the people that have a Switch probably play it portably for the majority of the time. So, like, the fact that it could run at 720p at 30 frames a second might be okay with some like downgraded textures, the way that Star Wars Outlaws runs.
Yeah.
And they obviously already have the engine running on Switch 2 with the Resident Evil and Street Fighter, so because it runs on that engine. So,
the Monster Hunter engine.
Yeah, the RE engine. Yeah,
RE engine. Yeah. What did I say? Monster Hunter did RE engine.
Oh, because it's late and we're both tired because we're, I don't know, workaholics.
Well, Corey, what's your number 4?
Oh man, my number 4 is Super Meat Boy 3D. I don't know how much I can say about Super Meat Boy that hasn't already been said, but the fact that it looks like they've successfully translated it into a 3D platformer looks incredibly fun. And I'm excited to see how many ways you die in a 3D environment with Super Meat Boy. So, and I want to see how like the restart mechanic works, if they even include that. I'm interested to see like if it's like a true 3D platformer like Banjo-Kazooie or Mario, or if it's like if they literally just took that, like, you have like 10 or 12 seconds to beat this level and we're going to move on type thing, and they maybe formatted that into a 3D platformer. I don't know. I want to know how this works because it seems fascinating. So, and I love Super Meat Boy. It's Matthew Keel's fault he got me into Super Meat Boy. So.
Oh wow. Well, my number 4 is Fire Emblem Fortress Weave. Give me the date, give me the soundtrack, give me the characters.
Yeah, that's also on my list too. That's my most anticipated game for next year. I'm so excited, especially now that I'm like kind of scratching that itch a little bit with Fire Emblem Heroes, and I actually re-downloaded Three Houses a little bit because because of the rumors that they're attached, right? Like I kind of wanted to.
I literally feel like once that game get a date, Fire Emblem Three Houses is gonna get like a resurgence. I really feel like that's gonna I think Three Houses and Engage is gonna get a Switch 2 version update. And people about to rerun. Well, they may not run through Engage, but people really about to rerun through Houses.
Yeah, I think people will go through Three Houses. I wonder if people will go through Three Hopes too, just because like those stories are attached somehow. Man, the fact that like Sothis is back and like, oh my gosh, dude, the end of that trailer. I saw Grayson talk about it. Like, I saw so many Fire Emblem fans talk about it. It like got me really excited to like.
I mean, the icon is back.
Yeah.
When she did the voice, and she's just mischief.
She's causing mischief, as they say.
But what's your next game, Corey?
I mean, my next game was Fire Emblem. It's not my number 3. It's just my most anticipated, but I'll move on to a different game. Marvel's Wolverine. I'm excited to see how they move on from something like Spider-Man into like this very clearly visceral, violent kind of combat with Wolverine, man. Like I love Wolverine. I mean, I don't know if that's been like a huge secret on the show, but like I love the X-Men. I love Wolverine. I've been waiting for X-Men to have some sort of resurgence, and you know, the fact that like apparently the new Avengers Doomsday trailer has them all in their X-Men 90 or their X-Men the animated series accurate looks, like at least Cyclops and Professor X and Magneto are all X-Men animated series accurate apparently, and like we just saw Wolverine and Deadpool Wolverine in comic accurate costume, as they like to call them. Yeah, I'm very ready for Wolverine. I really love that X-Men Origins Wolverine game on Xbox 360.
Yeah,
that was really fun. And like playing Cosmic Invasion, having that X-Men arcade feel has like really, I'm ready for Wolverine. I think it's going to be great. I really do. I know it's been delayed and kind of in some weird development mess for a while, but like, you know, I also think Insomniac's working on that Venom game too, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see. By the way, I told you I replaced my PlayStation, right?
Yes.
It is so much smaller than the old one. Oh my gosh. It fits in my entertainment center.
Is it the Slim?
Well, yeah.
Or
I didn't get the Pro. It's not worth it to me. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. For sure.
Well, it looks like everybody's gonna be, if you got a PS5, that's what you're gonna be playing for a couple of years because of the RAM situation.
Oh yeah, I mean, good. I wasn't planning on getting a new console anyway, unless it's a Nintendo console. So
pretty much that and Xbox.
Good. I don't even know if Xbox knows what their next console is. So
truth. That's nowhere to argue that.
I feel so bad for Phil, man. Just a puppet now. Clearly. But whatever. All right. What's your next game, Ed?
The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. This is Square Enix, kind of like 16-bit HD action RPG. The demo's out. Definitely when I seen it, the last Nintendo Direct, I'm like, yeah, I gotta have this game. And now that, you know, it's supposed to be coming sometime this year, I'm excited to play because I miss playing top-down action role-playing games from Square Enix. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it definitely has a Zelda vibe to it. Or like I think when it was first announced, you said like it might have like a mana like kind of feel to it, but maybe was that you?
Yes.
Maybe it was you. Okay. Yeah, it looks cool. And that demo was fun.
Yes. So I'm excited to play that. Corey, you want me to go to my next game too?
I mean,
do you have one?
I have more. I'm ready.
Okay.
I mean,
well, go ahead. You go to the next game.
I don't know if this game's coming out this year or not. I think it is because it was supposed to come out this year and it got delayed. But that Marvel 1943 game, the Captain America and Black Panther World War II game, very excited to see what that is, because that's Amy Hennig's first project since Uncharted 3, essentially. So
yeah, that is true.
You know, because like she was working on that Star Wars Project Ragtag game and then they canceled it. EA canceled it, and so like this is what she's been working on. Skydance is clearly giving her time to make it the game she wants it to be. I mean, I love Captain America, and my son loves Black Panther, and I'm like excited to see what a 1940s, version of this looks like.
Did that EA Black Panther game get canceled?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't really have much to say about it because we've only seen, essentially CG cutscenes of it, but it looks really cool. Sounds cool. I'm wondering what the story really is in this. So, what game I've been thinking about quite a bit lately, actually, that so much so that I've thought about going back and playing it this year is the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
That's been on so many sales.
I know. It's like it was like $7 on Xbox over the holiday break, and I'm like, I didn't already own this.
If I go back through it, I'm probably gonna do for the achievements and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a fun game. It was so good.
It really is.
What's your next game, Ed?
So my next game is Professor Layton in the New World of Steam. Of course, it's Factor 5. I love Factor 5. I mean, not Factor 5. I love Level 5. I love Factor 5 too also. So sad that they went away. Shout out to that Star Wars on Rogue Squadron on GameCube.
Squadron 2. So good.
It's just so top tier, dude. But yeah, I love the Professor Layton series. I'm ready to solve some more puzzles, get through the mystery, see what's really going on, and just having, hopefully they still do the free DLC Sunday drops with new puzzles and stuff that you want to do. So yeah, that's my number 2.
Nice. Gears E-Day is something I'm really looking forward to next year. I think I mean, I'm still kind of upset that they're not just going to finish Kate's story because I feel like, I mean, Gears 5 clearly left it wide open.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they'll ever revisit it. I wonder if they'll do like, my thought is that they will do. Let me back up a little bit. They've been working with People Can Fly on stuff Microsoft has, right? And what my thought is that the Coalition and People Can Fly will collaborate on Gear 6 while the Coalition will be the primary studio for these prequels. That's what I think. I think People Can Fly. I mean, they have experience with Gears, right? Outriders was essentially a Gears game with superpowers, right?
Yeah.
Which I actually think with Kate's story, slight spoilers for Gears 5, I guess, like that sort of almost superpower-y type thing might actually work for Kate in a way. Like that style game. Not as crazy as Outriders was, right? Because I mean, you're like doing Destiny supers out there. Right, but like I think if you added a little bit of like magic or whatever to Kate, I think that would make a little bit of sense. Or like not magic essentially, but like different types of powers that maybe, I don't know. I feel like the Outriders kind of assessment would make more sense for Gear 6 while the Coalition works on a more grounded version of Gears for the prequels.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But Gears E-Day, like, it's nice to see Marcus and Dom again. I get it. But like I feel like I was so invested in Kate's story that like I wanted to see how it ended, or if it did end, or if there was, going to keep going.
I kind of shocked that they just even switched the whole trilogy from 4 to 6 or 4 and 5. because I thought it was supposed to be JD's story, and especially they made it more about Kate.
Yeah, which, you know, I don't know if that was the right decision or not, but like that story, the ending of 4 at least had to make the story about Kate in Gears 5, right? Like, even if you didn't play as Kate, which, spoilers, you play as Kate through almost all of it, the story had to be about her. So, like, it made sense to play as her, I guess. But I didn't mind it. I like Kate. I think she's a great character. And if you played Gears Tactics, like, you learn a little bit more about her family lineage, at least. So, like, I don't know. I liked it. I know some people have their problems of, like, they had like that weird Star Wars-y kind of, oh, here's the new cast, but remember the old characters? Here they are, right? But like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I liked 6 a lot. I wish they would have kept going. Or I liked 5 a lot. I wish they would have kept going with 6. But my theory is that the coalition will work on these on E-Day, and like I bet the whatever E-Day is will turn into a trilogy that leads into 1. And then People Can Fly will make 6, is my opinion, and whatever comes after. But I guess it depends on how well Gears E-Day does, right? Because like I feel like Reloaded didn't sell very well. I mean, everybody on Xbox got it for free in one form or another, right? So like you're really counting on those sales from the PlayStation audience, which, you know, I don't know how well it sold on PlayStation, but
they said it did okay on PlayStation, but it didn't do like Forza Horizon or Hi-Fi Rush kind of numbers.
Yeah, which I didn't expect it to, right? But
I did. I thought they was going to be doing.
I expect E-Day to do much better than Reloaded. In my, that's just my opinion. I don't know.
Because I thought that all the Microsoft stuff that will become the PlayStation stuff would do better because of the PlayStation community, kind of, or for some of the gamers, saying that, you know, now that your game is coming to our system, we're going to support it. We got your games now.
Well, they have for everything else except except for Pentiment. Pentiment didn't sell well anywhere, but I mean, Sea of Thieves and Forza did amazingly well. Grounded did well. Hi-Fi Rush sold respectably. I wouldn't say well, but I think it did respectably. So I don't know. I feel like it did okay, but Gears was like the one that I'm like, that's interesting. But also, it's a re-release of a re-release of a remake of a remaster.
Right.
I mean, how many times can you re-release the same game, right? I think the Halo remake is going to have this problem too.
I was going to say Grand Theft Auto 5, but I'm just like, they got to re-release on so many platforms. Nothing really changed.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for E-Day. I think it's going to do pretty well. And I'm excited to see what happens moving forward.
Okay. Corey, quickly, my last one is Yoshi and the Mysterious Books.
That's
everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows I love Yoshi's Crafted World. And so I'm seeing this game, I was just like, yeah, this is my most anticipated. It's a must have. Like, that's no end. It's a buzz about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's my son and I obviously have been playing through Yoshi's Crafted World, and so a new Yoshi game will be great for us to play together. I'm very excited for that, just from that experience alone.
Yeah.
So,
and I just really kept it like Nintendo, like, because I think Okami is not until next year, I think.
I mean, they just started development on that game right before the Game Awards last year, so I would imagine that's a 2027 game at the very earliest, probably 28.
Yeah. So I really wish that Vanquish would get a sequel, but we got to see what
it might.
We got to see what Platinum Games do with Sega and with Nintendo.
Vanquish is so good. Vanquish is so good, man.
Yeah.
All right.
I played that so much on PS3.
Oh, it's so good, man. So good. I mean, I guess my.
You can run down the rest of your list.
I mean, the only other two that I like really think are worth mentioning that you haven't mentioned, Fable. I think the new Fable game is going to be great. I'm excited for that. And then 007 First Light, to throw something in there that's coming to Switch too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I really love 007 as a franchise. I really wish they would hurry up and cast a new Bond so they can make a new movie.
Is it Moon Studios that did Ori and the Blind Forest? I think they got another game coming out.
That pirate game, No Rest for the Wicked. It's out on PC already.
So it is out.
Or maybe it's early access or something, but it's out in some form. I don't know what that form looks like, but it's out in some form. And yeah, I mean, that game looks cool too. But
yeah,
I mean, that's kind of, Final Fantasy VII Remake I've been waiting for. That Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake is on my list, but technically not even announced yet. So like,
yeah,
not sure if it's even worth going into, but I don't know. What do you say we talk about a couple things we hope get announced, and then we'll get out of here?
Okay. So our 3 games that we hope get announced for a Switch 2. For me, I really hope that Forza Horizon 6 gets announced on Switch 2, the Japan, because of course, I'm still going to buy it for Xbox, but I would love to have that on my Switch 2. If it has a banging soundtrack, it will be listened on when I go out on my Switch 2. I would use that as the music player if I had to.
I imagine so many people will try to like make that some sort of like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift sort of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that whole thing is just like so funny. Okay, never mind.
Yes. I know you talked about it, Corey, but the Halo collection, I would love to see on Switch too. And shoot, throw in Halo 1 through 5. If they want to throw in the last one, they can. But I would love to have
all of them together, right?
All, yeah. Reach. What was the other one?
ODST.
ODST, yeah. To have that and everything. And then still kind of want Hi-Fi Rush on Switch 2.
That'll come eventually, I think. Mm-hmm. I think Crafton would be stupid not to like get more money out of that.
Mm-hmm. But kind of, even though Dead Space wouldn't make Switch, because for some other reason, I don't know what EA. So I should say Dead Space, because I don't know what EA plans to do or anything.
I mean, you could list all of EA's games for Switch 2, right? I mean, you could list Mass Effect Legendary Edition. You could list Dragon Age, Veilguard, and Inquisition. You could list Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, and Survivor, Dead Space remake. I mean, Madden is already on there. So NCAA football, like EA's whole slate could be on there. Madden apparently sold really well, and Nintendo, I don't know if I told you this, but Dude, every weekend I watch the Browns, and every weekend I see 4 or 5 Madden commercials, and they're all Switch 2 commercials. Every single one of them are Switch 2 commercials.
Really?
Yep. In the FIFA commercials I see, all Switch 2 commercials.
Is it like is it with the Nintendo Snap, or is it like just a regular EA commercial and then
No,
the
it's
Switch version?
It's a Nintendo. They are playing Nintendo Switch versions of the game, and they are Nintendo Switch commercial. It says "Take Madden Anywhere" on Nintendo Switch 2 at the end.
Oh, wow.
It is a full-on Nintendo commercial for Madden.
That's interesting. Well, shoot. Then I'm just gonna say Control Resonant. I would love to see that get announced for
the first one on there.
Take out the cloud version. Actually, you know what? Give him Ultimate Control, the Ultimate Edition.
That's what I'm saying.
With all the DLC
and
everything.
I mean, Alan Wake Remastered's already on there. You might as well. Heck, put Alan Wake 2 on there. I won't buy it, but somebody will.
Fix the enemy hit.
You know what? Save
put in some more
ammo. Put it on Switch 2. We don't need that. I'm just kidding.
So, but yeah, Control Resonant I would love to have on there.
Yeah. So this is probably a cop out, but it's fine. Whatever. Ed, you know what the anniversary next year is? It's the 40th anniversary of Zelda.
This year.
Sorry. It's 40th anniversary of Zelda. It's the 20th anniversary of Twilight Princess. I think we're getting Twilight Princess HD next year. What I really want is what I told you about early, like what I was texting you. What if they did this for whatever for the anniversaries of these franchises? Right?
I mean, yes, because I was just like, I'm ready to give them coin for that. Like, in the instance, like
I texted Ed about a Mario All Stars and Mario 3D All Stars like Zelda versions of these of those so for 2D Zelda you would get like the game like the Zelda 1, 2, Link's Awakening, A Link to the Past, and the Oracle games.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 3D one you would get Ocarina Majora, like HD versions of the 3DS games, I would say. And then Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, because Skyward Sword's already available, and obviously you're not going to put the 2 Breath of the Wild games on there either. But like that was like my thing, or like in like Link's crossbow training or something stupid on there, right? Like,
because dude, you could give me Twilight Princess for GameCube or NSO, but then just give me the Wii version.
I know, but I want the Wii U versions of these games.
Oh yeah, yes.
I cannot tell you how superior, as somebody who has their Wii U still hooked up and showed my kids Wind Waker HD maybe like a month ago, how much better the HD version looks on the Wii U than the GameCube version does. Like, no offense, it's great that it's on there, but like Wind Waker, man, Wind Waker HD looks phenomenal. That's all I'm saying.
Crazy, yeah. Because you said that would be its own pack. Like, did you say the HD? Was Twilight Princess combined with the Wind Waker HD, the Wii U games?
I said the 4 3D games, so it would be Wind Waker, or it would be Ocarina Majora, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess all in one box set for $70 or $80. You know, even if they're the N64 versions of. Or you know what you could do? You could put Master Quest on there. But my hope is that we at least get Twilight Princess HD announced. Which, here's what's going to happen, Ed. You watch. This is going to happen. You're going to hear the theme. You're going to hear Midna's theme song play, you're going to see Midna, and then it's going to zoom out, and it's going to be the NSO version of the GameCube version on a Switch 2. And that's what you're going to get for the 40th anniversary of Zelda. And I'm going to cry really hard.
But then what if it fades and they said, and then it shows Wind Waker HD on Switch 2, where it's even more quality of life.
I mean, that would be fun. Dude, if we get one of those next year, I would be fine with it. I'm just saying there's 2 anniversaries that line up perfectly for Twilight Princess next year.
I'm just saying I'm just saying this now. That Nintendo Direct reaction, you better hold off to it till I get home from work.
I don't know,
because we will be reacting to it, and we will be having a discussion. If they do a quality of life even update for Twilight Princess for Switch 2, dude, yes, and then bring out Amiibo with like the Wii U Amiibo. Come on now.
Well, I mean, it's man, if they brought out like a true form Midna Amiibo, you better believe I'd be first in line for that.
Oh, Best Buy website would crash because
everybody would be trying to. People are excited for that, but
dude, the pre-orders would be insane. You don't think people ain't gonna try to pre-order that much? I'll be on that much pre-ordering.
I just there's no good like Midna figures except for that first 4 figures, like one that they did when Twilight Princess HD came out and sold out in like 10 minutes, and now it's like $700. But
crazy.
Anyways, Ed, what's your next one?
Oh, that was it. I already did my 5.
Oh, you did? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Wait. Games?
No, I did my 3. Announced? Yeah, I did my 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I also hope that there is that Kingdom Hearts HD Story So Far collection. I really hope that gets announced for Switch 2 along with like a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. I think Kingdom Hearts 4 on Switch 2 is a shoe-in at this point. And I think, the cloud versions just aren't sufficient anymore, obviously.
Right.
So give me those. And then Ed, I think we're gonna get Monolith Sauce next game next year, whether it's Xenoblade 4 or
their new IP,
their other game that they're working on. I really think that whatever they're working on is going to be next, because they obviously Xenoblade Chronicles X came out this year, but they've quietly had a new, like a release every year since 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they worked on Breath of the Wild, they worked on Tears of the Kingdom. They worked on Mario Kart World. They worked on, what was the other big game they worked on? Splatoon, I think they worked on, right? So
yeah,
I mean they are quietly pushing out these games, and
I know they've been hiring people, so it's just like
they've been hiring. We know that that we talked about it on the old version of Expansion Pass like 7 or 8 years ago when they released that concept art of a character with red hair overlooking a valley of some sort, right? And it wasn't anything that appeared in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 or Torna. So what was it? We talked about it. So I think we're going to see whatever that is this year. And then I think along with whatever that announcement is, we're going to get Switch 2 versions of at least 3 and X, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and X. I would hope they would also do at least the second game as well, because like that game needs some help running. I mean, it's a great game, but like it did not run very well in handheld mode at all.
Okay, maybe because I played it in dock mode, I didn't experience any problems.
I mean, there weren't any problems per se, but it ran at like 540p at like 20 frames a second in handheld mode.
Okay.
So, well, maybe we'll find out this year if it runs better on Switch 2, because I'm going to try to play it this year.
Yes, so. Yes.
But that's kind of where I'm at. I also, just kind of like to throw this out there, I also think we're going to get the other 2 Metroid Prime games this year. At some point. I think it depends on how well Metroid Prime 4 sold, but I think the other 2 are going to be released at some point.
I wonder if we're going to get Metal Gear Solid Delta, and will we get some kind of Metal Gear Solid game? Will we get Twin Snakes or something?
No, you're not going to get Twin Snakes, but I think you're going to get that, whatever that Volume 2 collection is.
Yeah, because I know Bloober Team is working on some game exclusively for Switch. And Switch 2. I know Konami got a game ready to announce, but and show off, but that'll probably come later and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, we shall see what happens and everything.
Yep, we'll see. Switch 2 is gonna have a big year, man. I feel it. I feel like there's not going to be a whole lot of room, at least in my life, for anything else for a while. So,
some people feel like with the delays of Grand Theft Auto 6, they said they think that they're making a Switch 2 port of it.
Yeah, so that's why I've heard that too. I heard that they are really, and that's why they're like that's why they ported Red Dead 1 to Switch 2, and that's why we're going to get the Red Dead 2 port early next year for Switch 2, or this year, I guess. Man, still, I can't believe it's 2026 already. Like, I think we're going to get that Red Dead 2 port this year. I doubt we'll get any more Grand Theft Auto this year, but like, I mean, that trilogy is on sale all the time. So we'll see. But the other thing is like the Grand Theft Auto 4 port is also rumored, at least for the other 2 consoles. So I bet they
need to fix that whole game.
You could just leave it on Xbox 360, as far as I'm concerned.
Leave it in their own library, 2K and Rockstar. Don't ever bring that game back out.
Yeah, Red Dead is far superior to Grand Theft Auto, in my opinion, in terms of the way that it plays. I did get the Red Dead Redemption Switch 2 port, by the way. It's pretty good. It runs well. But I only played like 45 minutes of it. I just wanted to see how it ran. But anyways, that's it. We're done. We're out of here. Goodbye, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, not kidding, but that's all we got.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully we covered a lot of Power Rangers at the beginning.
And we're gonna be like, is this Pow Block or a Power Rangers?
Power Ranger block.
I could just see the
you know what,
the logo or the theme. Yeah. What? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna see like the theme for this episode is gonna be a Power Ranger or the 5 Power Rangers. So it'd be like Power Block's Game of the Year. It'd be like, wait a minute, Power Rangers, and then just let people watch the episode. Be like, oh no, they're discussing Power Rangers.
I think it's like really, yeah, whatever. We'll talk about it later. This is gonna spawn a whole new conversation that I know we don't have time for, but I would like to do commentary on the Power Rangers show like we did with the Ninja Turtles movies. I still think that would be so fun if we did Power Rangers and the original Ninja Turtles show, like the cartoons. but
should we do? I wonder. So they have the pilot episodes because it's like with Ninja Turtles, they had the 5-day, the whole week for their pilot, and then I think they did the same thing for Power Rangers.
Yeah, well, Power Rangers, the first season is 51 episodes, so.
Oh shoot! No, we could just rush the first 5.
That's something I would also really like to do. I wish my son was like a little bit older so we could do it with him, but whatever, it's fine. Anyways, get me out of here, Ed.
Okay. Well, thank you for watching and or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. If you joined us, follow or subscribe to the channel you're watching it if you haven't done so already. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments, whether it's on today's topic or a new idea we can discuss in a future episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a nice review as it helps us with discoverability and reach. You can support Boss Rush on Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network at a tier that's right for you. You can even follow for free and gain access to all of our base shows on one feed. Thank you again for watching and or listening, everybody. Happy New Year. We cannot wait to do more of Pow Block for 2026 and have these discussions and more. But then everybody have a good week, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye everybody. Woohoo!
Goodbye. Happy New Year.
Yay!
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.